Yeah.
There we go. All right, everybody. Sorry, we had
Cool.
some technical difficulties there. I don't know what the hell happened right there, but we are now live in the cut. Welcome back to the No Name Wrestling Podcast. We're a little late than usual, so I do apologize. But today we're bringing back another Ultimate Wrestling debate. Haven't done one of these in a couple of months, so I'm going to let everybody know what the topics are here too, and then we'll move forward from there as far as the debates and all the other stuff. We'll get into it. So appreciate you guys for coming through. Thank you guys for waiting patiently. I do apologize, like I said, once again for being a little late, but you know it's Mo's fault. It's always.
Pretty much.
Always, man. Every time, every single time.
Mo, see if your mic is on though. I don't know if your mic is on.
Mine's not. See, now you're even on the show and you're still making
mistakes.
mistakes.
Am I good now?
Damn.
I mean, we can still hear
I
you.
hear you.
I don't know
I
if
hear
it sounds. I don't know if you're
How about
talking. Oh, there we go. That sounds better.
I just had to turn up the gain on it. We're good.
All right, so I don't remember who won the last time, but anyway,
What's up, Alex?
Lynn was supposed to be here. He was supposed to be on Mo's team. They were gonna get to go first, so I'll let them. Go first, and you guys will choose what side you want. Nate and Jade are gonna be on teams up there.
Look like G to you?
No, you don't.
Not enough melanin. Just a little bit lighter.
So I'm gonna read the topics here, and then you guys will decide on the topics that you want. We want to start with. So the first topic that I have written down here is the John Cena heel turn. Now you're going to debate either one side. So the John Cena heel turn, was the heel turn poorly booked or was it bad timing? Now, if you're going to go on the side of poorly booked, you're going to defend that it could have worked if it had been booked better. If you're going to defend the bad timing, your case is going to be that it would have never worked no matter how it was booked right now, and it should have happened years ago if he was ever going to do it. So that's one of the first topics right there. The second one is Bianca and Rhea debate. You're just going to debate which one do you think will have a better career by the time they're retired. Between the two individuals, who do you think will have the better career between Bianca or Rhea when it's all said and done, when we're all over with? This one I thought would be a good one right here. The third topic is, should whoever wins the Royal Rumble for the men and women get the WrestleMania main event no matter what? Because, you know, that's always been said, like, whoever wins the Royal Rumble gets the main event WrestleMania, but it's never been a thing. Sometimes it's the better stories, but do you feel, you know, you're going to defend one side if you feel, yes, whoever wins the Royal Rumble should get the WrestleMania main event, or it should go to the best story? So you're going to defend each side between those two. The fourth one will be an LA Knight and Carmelo Hayes debate. Now, you're going to debate on who you feel deserves a bigger opportunity right now. Some people feel like Carmelo Hayes is kind of being held back. He should be positioned better. Some people feel like the Sami Zayn US Open Challenge stuff, that could have been Carmelo Hayes' spot. You know, he could have been doing the exact same thing. A lot of us have felt that LA Knight has gotten good opportunities, but they kind of held him back from elevating up to that next step with the opportunity for him to win the Money in the Bank. They pass up on it, you know, and then they give Jey Uso the opportunity, and we're kind of like, LA Knight could have got that opportunity, but for some reason they're kind of holding back on him. So you're going to debate who you think is more deserving of the prominent spot of elevating Carmelo Hayes or LA Knight getting elevated to, you know, a bigger spot. And then the last one will be one you guys get to choose. Like WWE games, which we all do. You're going to debate what you think could improve a WWE game today. So it could be used to help improve the game. It could be a gameplay. It could be bring back a certain mode. It could be whatever you're going to defend. Like, this would make the game better. Like, they should bring this back, and this would overall make the game better. That's what you and your partner will discuss and choose. So, Mo,
I gotta say,
Mo and Johnny, you guys will have to communicate. So,
mention DMs, Johnny.
Johnny, you got Discord, right?
Yeah, I got Discord.
I'm gonna send you Mo's Discord real quick, and then you guys can communicate there.
All right,
Nate, can you and I just use the direct message we have on Telegram already?
Yeah.
And then at the end, we're going to debate if Drake May is going to win 6 or 7
Johnny
championships in
Mayhem.
New England. So stay tuned
Discord.
for that.
Yeah, I don't know if I have Johnny. I think I have you on here somewhere. No, I don't actually. I just
Be
send
Johnny
you,
Mayhem on
I have him
Discord.
on IG. I'll just send you his IG real quick.
Yeah, I think we follow each other on
Okay,
that works too.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I don't have you on Discord.
Yep,
they are already in with the Mo nicknames in chat. That is crazy.
Bro, they haven't done that,
to
they
not
haven't done that in a
reset.
while.
Mama Mode.
Mama
modes.
modes. It'll be Molan rules, the Moyle Rumble match. Moe
disqualification match.
Jose. Mo
Mo
disqualification.
Check your DM. I sent you
Oh
his
my God.
DM. I sent you his Instagram. Mo.
And
Yeah,
finally,
just
the Mo
There it
Name
is. I
Wrestling
got you.
Podcast.
I got you.
All right, so Mo
I
and Johnny,
got you.
what topic you guys want to go with first? You want to go
Mama
with the
Modes.
Cena? You want to go with the Cena one, the Bianca and Rhea, the Rumble, LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, between those four? Because the last one's already. The
Mo,
video
I'll
game-
let you pick. I'm down with whatever win.
Some good ones, man. These are great topics.
Mofi Kingston. Heard that one. Still good.
Mofi Kingston, love that one.
Moshi Tatsu. King Morbin.
We can do the Bianca Rhea one.
Ah,
All
shit.
right, what side do you want to take, Bianca? Or did you guys pick that one?
Yeah,
Nate,
okay.
Nate and Jake to pick which side they want. So you want to defend
Ooh.
Bianca or defend Rhea? And this is like I said, better career when it's all over with. Like when they're retired, this person will have the better career.
Let's go.
Yeah, Nate. I think.
I feel like that's a
Based on
safe
it, yeah.
bet. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Anyway, I'll say this later, but go ahead. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Cool. All right. Well, you want to start?
Yeah, I'll
ahead.
start. So by the end, everything's said and done, barring injury, because again, Rhea just did break her nose. But I think it's very clear that Rhea Ripley is going to end up having the bigger career. I think that part of it is actually a compliment to Rhea, because I think they trust Bianca more with the long-term story arcs. But Rhea, they are much more inclined to give the big moments. Rumbles, WrestleManias. She's probably got a Money in the Bank in her future at this point just to finish everything. She's already beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley just, while Bianca Belair is tremendous, a tremendous athlete, beautiful, like just everything you want, Rhea Ripley, there seems to be just a different kind of connection with her and the crowd. You know, Bianca, she gets huge pops sometimes. It tends to come and go depending on where they are. But Rhea, even if they are doing a show at a 10,000 seat arena in the middle of Iowa, if everything else on the card the crowd is sitting on their hands for, as soon as Rhea comes out, all bets are off. Like that place comes unfreaking glued. Aside from Becky Lynch 5 years ago in the women's division, I've never seen anything like the connection that Rhea Ripley has with the crowd. She knows how to work social media, and that's part of why she's been so successful, is she utilizes her online presence on Instagram and Twitter to add an extra layer to that and an extra layer of connection to the crowd. Not to mention, she's built like China, but wrestles a million times better. So she just presents like this unstoppable monster in the ring, and she wrestles like one too. So at the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if Rhea Ripley breaks every record that Charlotte Flair has ever set, quite honestly.
And to top all that, Jay was pretty much talking about Rhea herself. I mean, I think the biggest indicator of this is the man who books the show. Triple H is in love with Rhea Ripley. He will not stop making her look like the greatest female wrestler of all time, even though she's quite a ways from that. But Triple H, the way he books her, constant world title matches, constant main events. There's by the time it's all said and done, don't be surprised if Rhea holds a record for most women main events in Raw history, SmackDown, or fucking pay-per-views. I wouldn't be surprised. And to top all that, I mean, like Jade said, I mean, Triple H has the social media numbers, the crowd reactions, all that to back that up. Triple H likes Bianca. He's made it clear that he does. He puts her in prominent positions when she's on TV. But for Rhea, it's just there's levels. There's levels. It's like Batista and Cena. Vince liked both, but he obviously favored Cena over Batista. He put Cena in the big matches. When the WrestleMania was one night, it was John Cena getting those main events, not Batista. He got 20, and then he had to wait all the way till 30 to get his next main event, I believe. I don't believe he had another main event till 30. But Cena was main eventing more. So just from a booking aspect, I just don't see, especially because she is younger than Bianca, which is a big factor too. She has a lot more longer to go. I think Bianca, her time is probably coming to an end, probably sooner than we realize. It just depends on, obviously it's on her and what she wants to do with her life. But I think Rhea has a lot more time to go, especially at the pace she's going now. They're definitely going to put her in that position, main events, world title matches. Hopefully the stories get better. They need to get better, but I really don't see Triple H ever favoring Bianca outside of anything crazy happening. I don't see him favoring Bianca the way he favors Rhea. He's in love with that woman.
Yeah. Rhea and Bianca is a lot like Roman and Seth, right? Seth is tremendous Hall of Famer. No one would doubt that. But when it comes to the big money matches, it's going to be Roman in that place. Not to mention, I think Bianca is eyeing a career in entertainment. She's obviously already got the show she does with her husband. So like you said, I think Bianca's career will be short, not necessarily because of anything else other than I think she's going to pursue other things. Whereas Rhea seems like a lifer. Rhea is going to be in there until the wheels fall off. So nothing against Bianca, but Rhea's got everything going for her, the booking, and it just, she's got it.
All right, it's your 5 minutes, Mo and Johnny. The floor is yours.
You want me to start, Johnny?
Go for it, man.
All right. I will say you guys made some really strong points in there. So I'm going to use this time to respond to some of those. For me, I think it's Bianca. I feel very strongly about that. I think it's a situation because y'all brought up Cena and Batista. At that time, back in 2005, they were on a level playing field. I think Bianca Belair is already, I think Rhea Ripley's catching up to Bianca Belair, while Bianca Belair is already, to me, a Mount Rushmore WWE women of all time. So, and I also feel like in terms of what they've done on the main roster, I feel like Rhea, while she has the accolades, I've said this before, I don't just look at accolades on paper as just, you've won this many titles, because they can throw that title on her 16 times. And, but the problem with Rhea Ripley, and the reason I've held her back from certain conversations, and I don't see why it doesn't change because of what you mentioned, Nate, the motherfucker in charge, he can't book women for shit. He can't book these women to have proper, good title reigns. Rhea Ripley has been a world champion on the main roster, I believe, 3 times. Chat, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe 3 times. Not a single one of those reigns was good. Bianca Belair, after she main evented WrestleMania, had a history-making moment with Sasha Banks, went on to have, and the whole Becky feud. So she has an all-timer feud there. She had her legendary run, right? For, I think, a year and some change. She did that as a babyface. Rhea Ripley, to me, I feel like she's done her run as a top woman, as a top heel. She's had her run as a top face. We haven't seen that from Bianca either. So Bianca can just keep adding on to what is already a legendary career. She has a lot more to do as a heel. We haven't seen that heel Bianca yet. And we've seen it in NXT, and we've seen how great she was. Imagine now that she's done all this fine tuning on the main roster, she's already become an all-time great. How much greater she can make herself and make her name as a heel when she comes back, right? I think Rhea, as good as she is as a talent, I think she's great. We haven't seen anything for me to be like, she has this incredible story or she has this incredible title reign. And again, because of the dumbass in charge, I hate calling Triple H that because he's one of my favorites, but he's a dumbass. I don't see that changing. I don't see the women being given better writing than they're getting right now. And it's been like that since Triple H has taken the reins in 2022. So I'm going to let Johnny go ahead for a little bit too.
My opinion is she's the EST of WWE. She's the quickest, the fastest, the strongest. And she's proved that. And she has a hell of a record already. And I think obviously she's going to be into the Hall of Fame, like in the future. That's definitely a Hall of Fame career right there already. That's, to me, I feel like she's definitely proven to have more of a connection with WWE fans than Rhea. That's just from what I've seen. That's just the way I've seen it. I do see where everyone is saying though. Like I do see that, like where Jade's point is and Nate's point is. I do 100% see that because I like Rhea Ripley as well. Like, and so it's tough for me, but this just the way I seen it is. I just strongly believe that she is better. She's proved it.
I just feel like Bianca overall, she already just has way more quality than Rhea does.
Yeah.
Yes. And I just think she's going to keep on adding to that. Because, like I said, accolades for me, I got to look at it as, okay, you have this. What'd you do with it? Bianca, we could say she has a legendary. The only two women I can say in WWE history, or at least in the modern era, I could say had a long title reign and be like, okay, you actually did some important, good shit in it. Is Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. Rhea Ripley's not one of those people.
You guys have another
and I don't
minute.
see that changing.
You guys have another minute. You guys want to continue, or you want to rebuttal?
Let's go rebuttal. Let's do it.
So, I mean, it's hard for me to say that, to sit here and to say that Rhea is that much better than Bianca, but ultimately the litmus test for me, and this is the litmus test for anybody, for how you are succeeding as a professional wrestler, regardless of even up to your match quality, your litmus test is what is the live crowd doing? Roman Reigns said a couple years ago, well, actually 6 years ago now, which is insane, when he left to get treated for leukemia, right? One of the things he told the crowd was, you guys may not have always cheered me, but you always reacted to me. And that's why Roman Reigns, regardless of if the babyface push worked out or whatever, that's why Roman Reigns remained relevant, even when the babyface push wasn't working, is because if the crowd had just sat on their hands and not reacted to him, Vince probably would have pulled him. But every time he came out, they booed. And Rhea Ripley, whether she was in the Judgment Day getting booed, or now that she's outside of it getting cheered, she has never failed to get a reaction. I can think of a couple of times where Bianca's music is hit and it's been sort of a crowd goes mild situation. Never heard that with Rhea, even back in NXT. And a lot of times the music has something to do with it too. I mean, you say here and tell me Rhea Ripley's entrance theme isn't one of the best themes ever. Not just right now, but ever. So that's part of it too. But I mean, ultimately the theme makes the wrestler, but the wrestler also makes the theme. That theme wouldn't have worked for anybody else but Rhea. But the reactions are my litmus test, and that's why I'm supporting Rhea here.
Understandable. I just think Rhea's popularity is going to help her a lot in these conversations. But she's been this popular this whole time, but the quality hasn't added up to that. The quality hasn't matched up to that.
And
I don't see that changing, like I've said before.
But it could. That's the whole thing. Because the thing is, if Rhea was like 35, I'd be like, yeah, you might be done. Like but she's not. I don't even think she's 30. Yeah, she's not even 30 yet.
29.
Yeah, she's 29. So she's got probably 10, 15 years left. If she doesn't go Hollywood, do something else.
I don't.
So she's got a long time, and hopefully Triple H, he gets his shit together, talks to Sean on how you book these women now. But I think time will tell. I think Triple H. I think he can.
Triple H voice kills me every time.
But I think he can. I think he can turn it around. I will. 10 years is a long time. Like who knows? And who knows what happens? Who knows who Triple H will bring in? Maybe he'll actually bring in some more people who can actually help book the women. Like he'll bring in some writers specifically for it, but we don't know. We don't know. So obviously, what we've been given, it's been mid. But I have faith that, especially as her popularity grows and grows, and eventually we're going to have another women's WrestleMania main event. I mean, Saudi, but in Vegas, probably.
We're talking about.
Yeah,
it's probably these two that we're talking
about.
Yeah,
it's going to be these two. So. Given time, we got plenty of time, man, and that's my thing. She's also so young; she's got plenty of time to catch up to Bianca. And we also said that Bianca, she could be exploring other options outside the WWE within the next probably 5 years. Who knows? So I think Rhea has plenty of time to catch up with Bianca, and I think once the stories are good, I think it's a wrap. I think Rhea's on pace to be in like top 3 women of all time once the stories get together.
So we say it could change, right? It's been 3 years with Paul with the pen in his hand. Despite that, right? Bianca Belair was able to have her legendary run during that time. Rhea Ripley hasn't shown me that either. Bianca Belair, I think another thing as well, like I mentioned before, we had the top heel run with Rhea, we had the top face run with Rhea. When do we get to a point where Rhea becomes stale? Because we've seen both. With Bianca, she has an instant heel turn that completely rejuvenate her if she gets stale as a babyface. Because, like I said, we've seen her do that heel work in NXT. We have not seen any of it on the main roster. Most of that main roster audience has not been exposed to heel Bianca Belair. So imagine even like 2-3 years of a great heel run from Bianca Belair. I think she's literally a peak away from being number one with Becky Lynch.
You could say the same for Rhea too. She was a heel before, but she wasn't as popular as she is now.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you give it a few years and she does that dominant heel run, like just runs through the entire division, I think that could even put her top 3. That could put her on pace. Like that did wonders for Roman Reigns.
She did it for a year.
She did it. That run, it wasn't really dominant. She was dominating the men more than fucking women. Like it was her versus the men. Like because she was in Judgment Day as a solo heel, as a world champion. I like that did wonders for Roman Reigns. Obviously, he had the whole bloodline stuff, but for Rhea, I think that could really because
my final point is
final points from everybody.
Even if Rhea does get stale as a TV product, I'm not sure it's going to matter because honestly, I think Jey Uso got stale as a TV product about 6 months ago, to be perfectly honest. But every time he came out, so when you have a connection with the live crowd, that can solve a lot of problems for you. So even if she gets stale, I'm not sure it's going to matter.
It can carry you, but for so long.
Good points, man. You guys both brought up some really good points. I like how Mo brought up the fact that Bianca's already had the good reign, and that was another Triple H era, and Rhea still hasn't been able to have that. But to go to Nate and Jade's point, realistically, that's the only thing that's really holding Rhea back from those conversations is just the story aspect. I mean, she has the talent.
I agree.
The talent is already there. She's already proven the talent is there. She just hasn't been able to get the proper stories, which isn't her fault. That is something that she obviously can't control. Obviously, reaction wise, you could both have connections, but Rhea has definitely reached a level that many people haven't reached. Maybe Becky's probably honestly the only one that you could say for the women aspect of it. But I like the point that Nate and Jade brought up. Is just the simple fact of that obviously can change at any time. And Mo brought up a good point too, is that we haven't seen heel Bianca yet on the main roster either. So that adds another different layer to her on the roster that gives her another aspect of her career. You know what I mean? Like we've seen the babyface, but the heel Bianca on the main roster, it's kind of like with Cody right now. A lot of people waiting for that Cody heel turn. What's that going to look like? You know what I mean? Like the babyface turn has been great, but that heel turn that's something
take them to another level.
But that's also one thing that they brought up that Rhea's already proven she could be good at both. She was a good heel and she's already been a good babyface. So we already know she can excel in both categories because she's already done it. I think I'm going to give the point slightly to Jade and Nate for the simple fact of them bringing up really, I think what submits it is just when you compare the talent, they're very equal. It's just the only thing that holds Rhea back is just the story aspect. If Rhea was able to get that good story, conversations right now could be very different as we speak. Even like right now, like Rhea already has the accolades. She already has the accomplishments. She has the match quality. She's good on the mic. She has the connection with the audience. She just hasn't been able to get that proper story from start to the middle to the end. The lift stuff started off good, and then once it got to the middle, it got bad, and then it ended terribly. You know what I mean? So if she's able to get those on the main roster, the conversations could be very different right now as far as who we're looking at as like who's better all time, who's this. So good debate, fellas. Good points. Good points.
Yes, sir.
Nate and Jade, you guys can pick the next topic, but Mo and Johnny, you guys will pick which side you want to debate. So Nate and Jade, you guys want to go with the and you guys can pick, actually you guys pick it. Do you guys want to go first, or you guys want to go first? You want to pick the topic?
I don't think. I mean, plenty of topics left, man. I'm not sure it matters. We can let them
Go
pick
first.
the topic. Yeah.
All right, so you guys want to go first? All right, so
Okay.
Mo and Johnny, what topic you guys want? You want the John Cena, you want the Rumble, or you want the Carmelo Hayes and LA Knight one?
I'll let you choose. Which was the last one.
We'll take the LA Knight and Carmelo Hayes one, and
So to be
Yep.
since you guys pick, they'll get to pick which side they want. So
yep.
if you're defending Carmelo Hayes, obviously LA Knight's already accomplished a little bit more than Melo, but a lot of us have felt Melo for the last year hasn't been put in a certain spot that we felt he could have been in. Like I said, the Sami Zayn Open Challenge, the stuff he did as U.S. champion, a lot of people felt that Carmelo Hayes could have been doing the exact same thing, and he would have benefited a lot more from that to elevate more. If you're going to do the LA Knight side, you're going to defend LA Knight has been held back from taking the next step to become a solidified main eventer. He's already had the mid-card title reign, stuff like that, even though it didn't really go well. But his reactions have been there. He's good on the mic. He has a connection with the audience. And every time they put him in a prominent position to take that next step, they don't pull the trigger. So which side do you guys want to defend?
We're debating. So debate within a debate.
Yeah, take it.
Just one second.
Both sides have legit arguments, so.
Yeah.
But if you got a stronger point than that for the other side, Nate, then I'm not gonna. Yeah. Okay. I unfortunately, I mean,
we're on the same. Yeah, we're on the same wavelength.
We're on the same wavelength. Yeah.
I'll start.
Go ahead.
We're going to take Melo's side. I'm not gonna lie, man. I think LA Knight's time
I
is
get to
done,
cook
bro.
Melo.
Yeah.
All right, your timer's
I think I think LA Knight's time is done. I think it's up. As far as that goes, his Melo's obviously younger. There's a lot more upside. LA Knight has reached a point where I think we've waited too long, and it's at this point I'm just uninterested in whatever they have. It's just like give it to somebody else. If he was 10 years younger, I would agree. But you got a lot of guys coming up from NXT like Melo. They just brought Dragunov back from injury. And then, like, just to mention the guys down in NXT who are going to come up, like Trick Williams, like Obafemi. You got so many guys who I would honestly put over LA Knight right now just because they're younger, and LA Knight's good for a good pop and he can cook on the mic. But at this point, they've held him back for too long. They gave him a nice little U.S. title run. But yeah, I'm sorry, Jade. He's entering that Dolph Ziggler category where it's just like, dude, it's over. Like you had a chance, you had it, but now. Dude, and it's not even his fault. It's not even like he got injured or anything. They just never pulled. He was just a victim of the Roman Reigns era. So, yeah, it's just I think Melo's just got too much. He's got more time. LA Knight, I feel like he's just there to put people over at this point. I think that's what he's here for.
Yeah, it sucks. But Melo just has so much more runway in front of him. And to be honest, one of the things that you can look at is that WWE have already shown a willingness to push LA Knight to a certain point and then give up on him. It's like they get to the top of the hill at the start of the roller coaster and then turn the magnets off and the roller coaster just rolls all the way back to the station. Melo, they haven't really started yet. Now, you could say that's a negative. I know a lot of people feel like he should have come up to the main roster and immediately had the rocket strapped to him. We've discussed on this podcast that was never going to happen. I think you could argue that maybe you should have brought in Braun Breaker, waited a few months, and then brought in Melo. Maybe you can make that argument. But honestly, I think all Melo needs is he needs that Trick Williams. A lot of people need it. It's okay. Brock Lesnar
needs Trick Williams.
Brock Lesnar needed Paul Heyman to work for most of his career. So it's not like that kind of thing hasn't happened before. And Melo has charisma and he has the look, and my God, does he have the talent? they're on the right track currently. He finally ended that god awful Miz partnership, which never should have happened. But the thing is, I have faith. If there's anybody that I have faith is going to make Melo look good, it's the Miz. So I think they're finally got a solid starting point for Melo, and all they have to do is just make him a heel. He's not going to connect as a babyface. He never really did. Whereas LA Knight is one of those rare examples where he has the crowd in the palm of his hand. For whatever reason, it doesn't seem to matter. And that's one of the reasons that I'm going with Melo here, is that you cannot possibly, my litmus test is the live reaction, right? I already said that. You cannot possibly get better live reactions than LA Knight did from 2022 to 2024. Not going to happen. Some of the pops that he got, especially during like his feud with Roman Reigns or his U.S. title run, were generational pops. And if you have a guy like that getting generational pops and he still can't win a world championship, then I'm sorry, I've got no faith that he's ever going to. Whereas Melo, like I said, they barely started. It's been kind of a slow run because they've been so focused on everything else going on. But now they found a spot for him on the card. The Miz is going to make him look like $1 million. The talent never left. The look never left. Give the dude a cool mouthpiece and just let him cook. Let him cook. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, and I mean, you said he needs a Trick Williams. Just bring Trick Williams up. I feel like after the Ricky Saints program, Trick Williams is done in NXT. He's got nothing else left to do. He already lost the TNA championship, and just that feud with Ricky to get his title, to try to get his title back, and it's over. But yeah, that's another guy above LA Knight who honestly, in a year's time, will probably get those type of reactions. And to be honest, Whoop That Trick goes crazy everywhere he goes. So even on the main roster, when he came up for the Rumble weekend on the SmackDown before, they were getting Whoop That Trick chants. So I think you already got a guy. And plus, Joe Hendry is about to go to WWE. He's on the NXT, and they want to call him up. So you got two guys that can move the crowd like an LA Knight. You really, it's sad to say it, you don't need LA Knight. And there's going to be a point where you're not going to need LA Knight, because you're going to have, okay, we got those two guys. LA Knight he's 40. He's in his 40s. So I think it's too late. I think they waited way too long. You're going to have people to replace LA Knight. So
Mo, Johnny, floor is yours.
All right, I'll go.
Hold
so
on,
if you need
real quick, I just want to clarify the question.
Mm-hmm.
What was the prompt again? Like, who deserves it more?
You're gonna defend LA Knight, why he deserves an opportunity more over Melo. So they've had chances to put him in prominent spots, and so you got it. All right.
My opinion is, if you need someone like Trick Williams to put you over, you're not ready yet. That's my opinion on that. If you need someone, a tag team that was already been done years ago, you don't need that. Not to mention, like, LA Knight has been doing this on his own for years now and still kicking it and still doing great. LA Knight absolutely deserves this shot 100%. I still think he does have time. I still think he can still go. I want to talk about catchphrases. Well, LA Knight catchphrases is way better than "I am him," or "I'm him," and "yeah" is way over than "yeah," or sorry, "yeah" is way over than "I'm him," or whatever he does. LA Knight has got that United States Championship title run, so he had that. We haven't seen Carmelo Hayes do that yet, and then not to mention, even if that whole Miz thing was horrible, if you were really rocking with Carmelo Hayes, I feel like you would still be cheering him on and wanting him to do something more with that. But instead, you guys just like, this is ass. No one cares. And I feel like that's what we're at right now. It's just like, okay, well, if you guys are doing that, then the character's pretty much ruined, because now you guys are relying on other people to try to put him over, instead of like what LA Knight is doing and relying on himself and trying to put himself over, just not only by his promos, but by his wrestling as well. That's just the way I feel. I feel if you're doing that, you're not. If you're doing that and you're relying on other people, relying on Trick Williams to try to put you over, you're not ready yet. You're. That's just the way I see it.
So
Go ahead, Mo.
people probably gonna hate me when I say what I have to say. I think people need to start being really honest about Carmelo Hayes as an overall package. Melo, as good as he is in the ring, especially, I think as a promo, we've already said it. The fact that he needs Trick Williams, a guy that's bigger than him, to talk for him, is already an issue. Melo as a promo, he's not terrible, right? He's not Ricochet, but he's not as believable as a guy like LA Knight. LA Knight has built this fan base already, where you can easily. I feel like Jay talks about the reactions from 22 and 24. No, they're not the exact same, but I feel like if you start telling the story of you're really going to push LA Knight to that World Heavyweight Championship, fans would eat that up so fucking fast. So fucking fast. And it's because he's been there putting in the work, getting himself over, showing himself that small little US title run showed me he could be a world champion, at least with the World Heavyweight Championship. He could carry himself as a proper world champion 100%. I think with Melo, it's obviously this is not his fault, but he's a lot harder to present than a guy like LA Knight. A guy like LA Knight, he incredible promo, all the charisma in the world, solid in-ring worker. Like he checks off all the boxes, and we've been on the show before talking about how like Damian Priest being 40 should not be a tax. You can wrestle well into your late 40s and still be great, especially with the style LA Knight wrestles. He'll be fine. Melo wrestles a more, high impact style, so him being younger is going to help him a lot with that. So, that's all good. But my thing is this with Melo, even like if LA Knight also as well, he's shown he can be a good heel, he can be a good face. Melo, we've seen the face run in NXT. And G Baby's been on the show many, many times saying how that heel turn, that face run, mid. Because Melo, as a babyface, can't carry himself that way. Because he was put by himself a lot more than when he was as a heel. It's kind of just like with LA Knight, easier to present. You can do a lot more. Well, easier to present, easier to tell a story which fans will immediately gravitate to. With Melo, we have not seen that yet.
You guys got a couple more seconds. You guys want to say anything else, or you just want to go to the rebuttals?
Let's go.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna hit the age. Yeah, we said that, but my point is there's so many other guys who are younger to just push who got a lot more longevity than that. And like I said, I feel like LA Knight that they waited too long at the point where it's like, dude, like he's had the world title matches. He lost. He's a fucking loser. He loses every big match. Like he's entering that Dolph Ziggler category, dog. Melo has a lot more time. He's got a lot more time. That this Miz thing, Miz is going to put Melo over. When you said that we hated the fucking tag team, yeah, because that shit was ass. I mean, LA Knight, fucking Maxine Dupree, that shit was ass. Or whatever the fuck his name was, Max Dupree, whatever. That shit was ass. But they overcame that and they dropped it. And so Melo, they dropped the tag team. Finally, now we can get behind Melo. Now there's a story that we can get behind, and we can have the Miz can put him over
as a babyface, right?
As a babyface, and then he gotta be a babyface for a long time.
Also, you're right, but also, you said we waited too long for LA Knight. They would say the same thing for Jey Uso.
Jey Uso. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Jey Uso, though.
That's true.
This is the thing about Jey Uso. LA Knight does not have a 4-year story behind him. That's the one thing that separated Jey Uso from LA Knight.
He's still old.
Apples and oranges, my friend.
Yeah, that's the one thing that separated. If Jay didn't have that bloodline storyline, we would be having a different conversation.
I still wouldn't be able to tell them apart. So, fair point.
And let me correct something that was said, because I feel like we need to debate in good faith. Here. We never said that he needed Trick Williams. We said he would benefit from Trick Williams. You know, look me in the eye and tell me Edge didn't benefit from Lita. Roman didn't benefit from Paul Heyman. I mean, the talent was always there, but when they got that person to complete the package, everything fell into place.
Here's the difference, though.
Dom connected with Rhea Ripley, and everything fell into place. It is not a bad thing. It is not a negative to say that this person's presentation is better if they have someone there with them, as long as that makes sense. I didn't say just put anybody with Carmelo. I said put him back with the guy that was with him when he was at his highest level of success. And Trick Williams was at his best when he was with Melo too. Trick Williams' solo run, aside from the chant, wasn't anywhere near as good as the stuff he was doing with Melo. So, again, never said he needed him. We need to see good booking, and we need to see solid matches, neither of which he's had. He had one best-of-7 series, and that culminated in nothing. That's booking and that's story.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Carmelo's fault. We need to see something consistent to know whether or not he can do it on his own. And I'm not saying that he can't. All I'm saying is if you want to soft launch him and get him going, a good Kickstarter would be to put him back in the position that he's already found success, and that is with the hype man in his corner. That's it.
Okay, fair. So my thing is the difference between like an Edge and Lita, Roman Paul, and then like a Carmelo and Trick. Edge didn't need Lita to do a big part of his job, which was talk. Roman didn't need Paul to talk. Roman could talk. Melo's gonna need Trick
Later
to
on,
talk
he
to him.
could.
Yeah, took him a while.
Don't get me started. But I think the problem is Melo's gonna need Trick to do a big, important part of his job. That's a big part of getting yourself over. Who's to say Trick doesn't benefit more from this pairing than Melo does on the main roster, considering how that main roster audience is?
I don't even think it's a point where he needs to cut promos for him. I just think it helps to have him by his side, and they bounced off of each other very well in NXT. It's kind of like how the Usos were. They always, when they do promos, they bounce off each other. You know, they say one thing, next thing, one thing, next
Jimmy
thing.
backpacks, and then Jay, writes his name on the paper.
You ever seen the shit they go back and forth? To be like,
No, I'm talking about recently.
That should be hard.
No,
I also think it's
back in the day,
potentially a bad faith argument when you start arguing, instead of arguing on behalf of your guy, you start arguing against the other guy. Because I don't want to. I've avoided it this long, but I mean, someone's got to call out that 50% of the time that LA Knight tries to do his big moves, he messes them up.
So does Carmelo Hayes. He went one-on-one with Cody Rhodes. Cody tried to put him over, and then that dodged.
So again, this is supporting my point. I'm saying the bad faith arguments are when you start attacking the other guy. I'm saying I could have done that initially, but I didn't. I'm going to now that it's gone that way. But I'm saying that I don't want to focus on what LA Knight is not able to do. I want to focus on what I know Carmelo Hayes is able to do. And he has had sustained success at the top of a card as a world champion. And he did that with the hype man in his corner. I'm not saying he needs that for his entire career, but I don't understand. I will never understand. He is the latest example in a long list of examples when you take a guy that was finding success in NXT, take away everything about him that made him cool, and then put him on the main roster and expect for it to work. So I think he should have come up with Trick. But since he didn't, he ended up where he did. And he'd be in a better spot with him. That's all I'm saying. It has nothing to do with anything else.
So I think the difference here is between LA Knight and Carmelo Hayes. I think Carmelo Hayes, we're saying he deserves these positions off potential. I think with LA Knight, he's proven himself to be able to succeed at that level, but they just haven't given him the opportunity to do that. Like I said, if they start telling that story on Monday Night Raw, I feel like people will eat that up very quickly if they tell it properly.
So I got a question.
Okay, shoot.
Who would you put? LA Knight, world champion. Who are you putting above him, like first? Because there's a list of guys I would put before LA Knight as a world champion. If I'm being honest.
Pepsi Phil.
Absolutely, obviously.
OTC, I guess.
Yeah.
You guess.
Seth, obviously. I think that's it.
Braun. I put Braun before him.
Braun.
I put Braun and Bronson before him at this point.
Oh yeah.
Gunther. There's like 6-7 guys.
Nah, I'm not gonna bring him up again. You said what?
I hate you, Nate. I hate you.
What are you saying?
You got.
He says like 6-7 guys.
I'm done. That should be an automatic L.
Take the L.
Done.
No, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Don't be like that.
What's up?
I think that's it. I think we're done. Malik, what's the final verdict?
Can someone
That's the
explain
only way
what,
we can end
6-7
it.
what does that mean? Like I feel like I unk every time.
Dude,
I hear it. What does that mean?
it's just something to piss off like us
It's
old
just
heads.
I have
That's
to-
all. That's
I-
all it
I have
is.
to explain.
It's
I
like
have to
21.
Oh, okay.
It's a little different. Though.
Yeah.
350.
I have to-
350.
But
That's
it came from a
that's
song.
what it
11
is.
years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my
But it came from a
God.
song.
That was 11 years ago.
And I don't know where this came from though. I don't know.
Bro, you know
I
what's
just
crazy?
see
That that came from the area I'm from. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God.
Oh my god.
What 6-7?
Fucking Kentucky.
It comes from a high school basketball player. that
Oh, the
went to,
area. Oh,
went to a high school.
Uh,
He's like a big basketball player. He just committed to a school, but like he got his own water brand from it and everything. I can't make this up, bro.
that's
Like,
crazy.
I can't make this up. I'll show you afterwards. But y'all brought up some good points on both sides. I think both guys are very deserving of better positions. You know, LA Knight
for sure.
is a better deserving position. So is Carmelo. Brought up some good points, like, you know, maybe if he has to have Trick, you know, by his side, maybe he's not ready for that spot. They also brought up some good points of, you know, well, maybe it's just the pairing of the two. You know, Lesnar needed Paul Heyman. You know, Paul Heyman had the charisma of the promos, but Brock Lesnar had everything else you needed. The pairing was, you know, was really good together. I think the one line that I did like though was from Mo. He said we're going off potential with Melo because he hasn't really shown it yet on the main roster, even though we've seen it in NXT, but main roster is different. LA Knight's already really shown that. They just chosen not to give him that opportunity, give him that chance, you know, give him that hey, you've shown it, let's do something with it. You know what I mean? So I like that point right there. I'm gonna give it to Mo and Johnny for that. I like the that point of LA Knight's already shown the potential. Like we already know he can at that level. It's just a matter of giving him that opportunity to do so. And for some reason, they just haven't chosen to. I don't know why they chose to.
I don't get it.
You know what I mean? Like
Not
Jay has
that
that story, but you know, if you had LA Knight win the Rumble this year and you did Gunther versus LA Knight, I think people would have been okay with that.
People would have ate that.
Would have been, you know, they would have been, oh, okay, you know, I can understand that. But when you continue to put LA Knight in prominent positions, it could be of, you know, a waiting thing. Like he could have entered Dolph Ziggler categories where it's like if you wait too late, then it's not going to happen. The Braun Strowman category. By the time, you know,
Oh my god.
by the time they finally gave it to Braun Strowman, it was too late. You know,
that
like,
was
nobody
way
cared
too late.
anymore.
Dolph, it was okay.
Could have did it at
but
Crown
Braun,
Jewel,
Crown Jewel 2018 was the time, and they squashed
which
it.
is funny.
They squashed it, bro.
And we'll be covering that. Yep.
Just wait for that. Oh,
Couple weeks. I gotta rewatch that show just to remember.
I hate you for that, Malik. I hate you.
No, just wait for that. This gonna be
Why'd you pick that, Malik?
Bro, I picked a good show, and he was like, "No, we gotta do one. You gotta do a bad
Survivor
one
Series.
first."
I'm like, okay, great. I already watched that
the
show.
worst shows you've ever. That's probably honestly that might be arguing for the worst show ever. I don't want to. It might be.
I've argued that before. Yeah.
December to Dismember would like to have a word.
That's the other one. That's
What about Bash of the Beach
I
2000?
would watch December to Dismember over Crown Jewel. I'm not gonna lie.
We should make a Mount Rushmore to
I
worst.
think
I would
December
watch it
to
over
Dismember is
Crown
just boring.
I
December
would
to
At
definitely.
least,
Back-
at least
It's more
Backlash
entertaining.
2018 would like a word. People
at least
literally
with
walk
December
out.
to
my
December,
God.
at least I can sit
Damn.
through. I can at least sit through the chamber match. DX Brothers of Destruction, that main event.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
I've genuinely, when I watched that the first time, I genuinely had a tear fall. down
Great
my
balls of fire would
Bro.
like a word.
face. I was sad as fuck.
Great Balls of Fire was fine.
Next two
it was okay.
topics. Mo and Johnny, you guys want to go first? You want to pick the topic?
Mo, whatever you want.
Let's go first.
All right.
Mo Bamba.
All right, so Nate and Jade, you guys want to do the John Cena category or the Rumble category?
Hold on, I'll be right back. 1 second.
All right.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of toss and turn for me. So that's I'm good with that.
All right. We're gonna pick the Cena.
What side are you guys gonna pick? You picking the defending it? It would have worked if it was booked better, or no matter what they would have done, it never would have worked in 2025.
Cena and who?
It's the John Cena category, so it's the heel turn.
Oh yeah,
So-
the heel turn.
So you're gonna either defend the side of the heel turn could have worked if it was booked better, or it would have never worked in 2025 because of the retirement tour. Like it was too late for them to do it. If they were gonna do it, it would have been better years ago.
Actually, I hear him. I'm messaging him right now, but I hear him coming back.
Shit, I could argue
Gotta
either
fix-
side. Let's get it.
You gotta fix his braids.
Shit, both.
Both.
What side you guys want, man? You gotta pick a side.
It's John Cena heel turn.
Are we picking the side?
We can. Yeah, we're picking the side.
All right, let me see what you said. My fault.
Oh no, you're good.
Bro,
It
was
was
playing with his braids.
John Cena heel turn. Are we? You want to defend it, or do you want to?
Was it too late or improperly booked? Mo, that's the question.
Oh, you let me
Oh,
pick
yeah.
the side?
Yeah,
They picked the topic, so you guys.
they
Yeah,
picked
you
the
picked the
topic.
side.
You guys are going. You guys are going first, so you got to pick which side.
Yeah.
you wanna
Oh
go.
Lord.
Too fucking late. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Okay.
It's too late. It's too late. It's too
All
late.
right, floor's yours, brother.
It's just okay. The John Cena heel turn. It was a thing that was discussed for years on years on years. Like, oh, what if he turned heel here? What if he turned heel here? And then he goes to Hollywood. He becomes part-time, and everyone just starts liking John Cena, respecting John Cena. Hell, I saw people that hated him for years turn and be like, you know what? I respect the hell out of the guy. To then have him turn heel, which I get the heel turn moment was incredible. Well, to me, the best one they've ever done in WWE. Obviously, Hogan was WCW. But for him, his justification to be, you guys bullied me. Yeah, 10 years ago. Nigga, I've had a kid since then. I finished high school. We stopped bullying your bitch. Man, what you crying about? Grown man talk about something. You bullied me. Yeah, we stopped bullying you. Every time you came back, we showered you with love. Like, dude, the fuck? So the justification itself was just like, why that as your justification? That's one problem. And a justification that could have been used years ago. That would have been perfect in 2012 against my via bitch ass, 2013 against my via bitch ass, 2015. You could have used that back, even 2016. But to use that justification in the biggest 2025, that was already the sign to me like, this is too little too late. This is too little too late. And the fact that Cena would come out, and Malik, you and I were there after Backlash. It's only been a month of heel Cena. Thank you, Cena. Thank you, Cena. We're not finna boo you, nigga. We're not booing you. No, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. So even from a crowd reaction standpoint, it's too late. From the justification standpoint, it was too late. It's just no, not needed at this point in time.
Oh yeah, 100%. It was too late. I 100% agree. I mean, John Cena's talked about it on Chris Van Vliet's podcast before. Whenever Chris Van Vliet did an interview, he was gonna turn heel back then. He had everything. He had full gear. He had gear ready. He had music ready. He made a whole new song ready for it. He was ready. And Vince McMahon pulled him aside and said, "We're about to do it. We're about to do it." Then all of a sudden, as soon as he gets to the arena, they cut it. Why? That's what I mean. It was, 100%. It's too late. They should have done it. They should have done it right there.
You know what that means to me, Johnny? You know what that means? The fact that he came out in the same Boy Scout outfit after turning heel shows me those clothes don't even fit no more. That's how it's too late.
Exactly.
Them clothes don't even fit his old ass no more. The music was outdated. All that shit was outdated. Heel John Cena is outdated in Big 25. There's a reason why at SummerSlam they turned him right back. Because nobody want to boo this nigga. Nobody want to see that
100%. It was
those
too
lights
late.
came back on. This man got a pop when his music hit, when the lights came on, and when he started running. Because nobody wants to see a heel John Cena in Big 25.
Yeah, 100%. It was too late. I don't see any, like, it definitely could have worked back. Like, if we did it a while back ago, it definitely could have worked. We had plenty of time to do it too. And but now, like, in his last year, his final year, that's when you decide to do it, and then we get stuck with nothing. So it's no. And I agree 100% agree with what Mo said. And he's like, it's basically, he's just complaining that you're bullying me. Like, what is this? This is grown man. Yeah, come on. This is not what we wanted.
What happened to Rise Above Hate?
You guys have another minute. You want to rebuttal, or you guys want to pass it?
and pass that bitch like Stockton.
Pass it.
Cool. So the fact
Solid.
that this heel turn started with Travis, what's his name in the ring, and you guys aren't blaming the booking is fucking laughable to me. The fact that he won the WWE Championship because Travis, what's his fucking name, hit his fucking music, and you guys aren't blaming the booking is fucking laughable to me. The fact that he was told to go out and deliver the same promo every night for 3 months and you guys aren't blaming the booking is fucking laughable to me. The fact that they constantly picked the wrong opponents for him at the wrong times and had the same match ending to every single one of his matches, and you're not blaming the booking, is laughable to me. I think that John Cena absolutely could have made it work. Did it come 10 years too late? Yeah, probably, but it's John Cena. I have every faith that he actually showed us that it could have worked had it been booked properly, because the best booked portion of this run was the CM Punk match. And when he got up on the turnbuckle and turned the pipe bomb back in CM Punk's face, priceless, absolutely priceless. And the match was terrific to boot. And everything they did should have had that kind of theming. And I said from the very beginning, you can go back and you can watch our videos on every time we've discussed the John Cena heel turn. I said from the first day that he turned heel, the first thing they need to do is to have Cena out there in the ring, have R-Truth out there trying to call him his hero, you're my childhood idol, you're everything, and have Cena put him in an STF with a leather belt and not let go. People didn't want to boo The Rock when he came back either, but they had to after he damn near killed Cody Rhodes in the parking lot. If you're going to become a bad guy, if you're going to try and turn into the face of the crowd wanting to cheer for you, you got to give them a reason to not cheer for you. And they never did. They never gave heel John Cena a reason for the crap. Maybe they thought that promo idea for, oh, I'm breaking up with you, which was funny, but maybe they thought that was going to be enough. As soon as they realized it wasn't, they should have had him do something to make us want to boo him. Tearing apart a defenseless Michael Cole, or assaulting R-Truth, or whatever you want to do, but you had to give us something, and they just didn't. And he showed glimpses and flashes throughout his run. Some of the stuff he did with Orton, again, the reverse pipe bomb. Even the last kind of segment he did with Cody, where he just said, hey, I'm too good for this shit. Peace. I'm going to film a movie. That was awesome. And they waited until the very end to show any of that shit off. So absolutely, if this was booked better, if they had given us a reason to hate John Cena, we would have hated John Cena. They just didn't.
Yeah, I think it could have been booked better. You didn't have to have Cena be, oh, you guys are bullying me. Oh, no, like that. I agree with you, I wasn't buying that. That shit was corny. But you could have shown a desperate John Cena, like knowing this is last year. I need that world title. That's why I'm turning heel. That could have been his entire justification. I need 17. That's it. That could have been it. I'm the greatest of all time. What the fuck? I need this shit.
I can't wait till we're done.
Even though, God bless, if The Rock would have stayed around, could have been a corporate champion. But you get rid of The Rock. You get rid of Travis Scott. You just have John Cena be desperate. That's it. Oh, damn. Yeah. Damn. That's crazy. Damn.
Chill out, Travis, man. It's my dog.
No, you could have literally just made it Cena desperate to be champion, to hold his championship. That could have been the story. You didn't have to have butthurt John Cena because he's mad over shit that hasn't happened to him in like 6-7 years. But
oh my god.
But yeah, no, you could have
doing this on purpose, bro.
No, but you could have written it so much better. You could have also given him different opponents beside a blast from the past for fucking 8 months straight. You could have booked it a lot better, and it could have actually worked. And John Cena didn't even have to be like, you could have just been like, I'm desperate. And then the fans be like, hey man, you're great, man. This is not you. And then you could turn him back. You could have told this story so much more better. Take away Travis, take away The Rock, actually make it about John Cena, actually make it about him wanting to be champion. Could have been so much better. It could have worked. You could have made it.
You think about something like when Kofi Kingston became world championship, right? And ultimately, everyone will say that championship run, if you had to say whether it was a success or a failure, you'd probably say it was a failure. But not because it came 10 years too late, but it's because it wasn't booked correctly. He wasn't put with the right opponents. He wasn't put into a position to be a real champion. He was an underdog the whole time, which sucks when you have a world champion that still wants to be an underdog. And then obviously how it ended with Brock Lesnar. Regardless of when that title reign came, if it had been booked well, it could have been a successful championship reign. Same deal with this. Regardless of when it happened, regardless of what his reasons were, if they had booked it correctly, given us a reason to care that he became a bad guy, it absolutely could have worked because it's John Cena. He can make anything work. They didn't.
So go ahead, Mo. It's time for your rebuttal.
Here's the thing, right? With my rebuttal, I'm not even going to dispute most of the shit y'all said. I agree with a lot of it. But here's the problem, right? You bring up the fact that the best part of the rivalry, of the run, was the CM Punk stuff, right? Tell me it wouldn't have been better in 2012, in the summer of 2012, heel John Cena after losing to The Rock, and face CM Punk wouldn't have printed money, dollar signs back then. That would have been way better back then. It would have helped a very stale ass 2012 product, and it just would have made way more sense. I think the thing is, like, those 10 years with Kofi fueled that Kofi run. Those 10 years of us waiting fueled that Kofi run. The 10 years, the fact that it was 10 years too late with John Cena, what is the inherent problem with all of this? I don't want to boo that motherfucker. He just told me that he's leaving. We're saying goodbye. I don't want to boo you. You are a lot of people's hero. At this point, even the people that you're not their hero, they respect the fuck out of you. You just told us you're coming back for one last year. You're saying goodbye in every city. You know, you got all this merch made for all these cities. And you're wearing that merch, you're coming out, and I'm supposed to hate you when you're repping my city? And I'm supposed to be saying goodbye to you? There's a lot of people that are showing up to these shows. This is the last time they're ever going to see John Cena in person. This is the last opportunity that they'll ever have to see John Cena in person. And the exact reason why I'm like, yeah, that solidified to me this was too late, has been the last 2 months since SummerSlam. The match quality has been higher. Cena doesn't make me want to turn off my TV. Like, it just feels authentic. Heel John Cena in 2025 did not feel authentic. As much as he was trying, it just did not click. Yes, the booking sucked as well, but it was a situation of way too little, way too late.
If the heel turn itself had failed, Mo, I would 100% agree with you. Because if there's any heel turn that was set up to fail, it was that one. Because Travis, what's his name, was there smoking a blunt in the ring. They shoehorned the Cena heel turn into the middle of the Cody Rock stuff where it had no business being. And John Cena obviously had already announced that he was going to be a babyface, so it could have been met with complete confusion. But instead, it was met with, I would argue, a similar reaction to what he would have gotten had he done it 10 years ago. If the turn itself had failed, I would agree with you. But the turn itself was a success against all odds. So from there, it's all about how do you follow up with that? How do you book it? How do you keep this going? And WWE was dead in the water with it from the first night on Netflix that he came out to cut a promo, and you realize, holy shit, this promo makes no sense, and the crowd isn't booing him. And they didn't change it. They kept going with it. It was Vince McMahon style booking where you decide what you want to do, and regardless of what's going on around you, you go full head of steam into the shit. And they should have changed it, and they didn't. And that's what killed it.
I think
this is where I think this is where I think it's like it's tough because I feel like in this topic, I feel like we're both right. Both teams are right. This is where I think it's tough because let's be real. If the heel turn sucked, which it did, it should have never happened. Just keep him face. That's where I feel like our team is winning. our team sides. Like, but at the same time, it very well could have been booked better. So that's where I feel like that's where you get, your team wins on that. So that's where I feel like it's tough, because the fact that we got the heel turn whenever it was way too late, and I was okay with it. I was personally okay with it if it was booked correctly, and it was not booked correctly. And then now that's where I'm like, okay, we should have just kept him face. We could have done his final goodbye. Everything would have been fine. It would have been a special moment. And now, I mean, look what happened on SmackDown. Like, whenever he went back to face, he just went to face out of nowhere. Like, what, why? Like,
And
that's
here's
what
the
I
thing,
mean.
Not
Like,
many people were bothered by it because everyone agrees the heel turn was too
the heel turn
fucking late.
was, yeah.
I don't even know if it was too
Absolutely.
late. It was because it was ass. No, because it was ass.
I
I would
think
say it was
I
ass
think
too.
it was too
Shouldn't
late.
have happened.
And I would
Bobby
say,
Fitzgerald should have stayed
and
at home. The heel turn worked. It turn worked. The moment worked because it was the shock of the century. John Cena turning heel was like the Loch Ness monster for years. We didn't believe it. It wasn't happening. We didn't see it. But then it finally fucking happened. So the shock of it worked. But then when I stepped back from
After
it even
the
2
shock.
days later, I was just like,
Yeah.
why? I don't want to boo
After-
him.
And I think that helped to the advantage, because you talked about the Kofi. He had like 10 years behind that shit. John Cena had like 2 decades behind that heel turn. And outside of wrestling, man, like my Instagram was filled with people who don't even talk about wrestling. Like, oh my God, John Cena turned heel. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
It could have worked. It
Yeah.
for sure, definitely could have worked if they booked it. If he was just not
Into
fucking
the
crying
ground.
about if he wasn't fucking crying about grown men bullying. I'm like, nigga, shut up. You're fucking pushing 50. We don't care that you're crying. Get over it. We don't care.
The fact that our arguments are
bullied
bleeding
me.
into one another just
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I don't
that's
even
what I
know.
mean.
At this
Like,
point,
we're
we're just
both
shitting on
both
it, bro.
teams are
Fuck this
correct
heel
on
turn.
this.
Tired of niggas defending
It's tough.
this shit. Shit ass.
Oh my God. Yeah,
I
that
gotta
shit
stop
was-
standing
that
for
shit was not
mediocrity,
it.
man.
That shit was not it, bro.
Oh, I
Too
let
late
it
and it
off
was
my
ass. And the
I'm
booking sucked.
I let it off my chest. I'm good now.
You guys had some good points, man. I
Holy
was
shit.
maybe the only guy, one of the first people to say that. I didn't think it was going to work. I thought it was too little from the jump. Like, John Cena turning heel in 2025. Like, why? For what? Like, just because he hadn't done it yet? Like, I guess, but
Just because.
if you're gonna do it,
To
it
get,
should
to get a
happen
pop,
years
cheap
later.
pop.
And I didn't even hate the promos that he was cutting. I felt if they would have dug more deep into like the aspect of, you guys are only appreciating me now because you know I'm about to leave. I feel like a lot of the greats that we see, you usually don't see them get their flowers until they're either dead and not here to see it, or they're gone out of the game. Like when LeBron retires, watch all the glaze that just comes out of nowhere with LeBron. These are going to be the same people who have hated him for years. All of a
Is it
sudden,
the same glaze that he already gets?
just starts
It's gonna
to
be tenfold. It's gonna be tenfold.
just starts to praise him out of nowhere because he's not playing basketball anymore. I feel like if John Cena had dove into that, like, you guys are really hypocrites. You're only showing me appreciation now because you know I'm about to retire. You didn't show me the same respect, though, 10, 15 years ago when I was here putting in work, when I was helping carrying the company through the bad times of the era. So if he had dug more into that, I felt people would have believed it more. Just of you guys have been bullying me. Yeah, I just decided to wake up today and just to turn my back on everybody. Like,
And then, yeah,
that's where
basically
should have been
did the same
justification.
thing when on SmackDown. Just like decided to wake
that's
up.
where the disconnect came from me. I felt if they would have dug more into that aspect, like, you're all hypocrites. You're only deciding to like me now because you know I'm about to leave. You didn't do the same thing 10 years ago. I haven't changed. I'm the same guy. There's nothing about me that have changed. I'm the same entrance, same catchphrases, same everything. So I felt they should have dove more into that. The booking, I mean, you guys, I might have to give you guys both points. I'm not gonna lie. You guys both.
Yeah,
I would
it's a
agree.
tough
I
situation.
would
You guys
agree.
both weren't
Thank
wrong.
God.
Like,
I would
you're
agree. I would
That shit
agree
was
because
ass.
it's
Fuck
It's-
this heel run.
Right, dude.
I'm tired of people defending mediocrity, man. Like, y'all part of the problem. This shit ass. It's not good. It shouldn't have happened.
It's really not, bro.
It's not good, okay? Like, I love John Cena to death, but it wasn't
Same.
good.
same.
It wasn't
yeah.
good, man.
It shouldn't have happened. I feel like maybe if they had booked it differently, maybe it could have turned out differently. Maybe it couldn't have. Who knows? It's
Maybe. Who
hypothetical.
knows? And
It's just
maybe
a
if that
big-
bald bitch showed up to work, maybe it was. Who knows? Who knows, man?
Which one?
But then again, though, goes to Jay's point. Like, he didn't really need them. to be there to turn heel. John Cena
He
did
really
The Rock
didn't,
or
bro.
Travis Scott. Could just did it by himself. If he had turned heel at Mania,
That would, yeah.
it would have been.
They
Would've
should have
made a
leaned
lot
into.
more sense.
They should have leaned into the desperation aspect because of Cena's losing streak. He kept losing, so if he would have been like, okay, I'm about to go. Like I keep fucking losing. I don't care if y'all like this or not. I'm gonna do this. I'd have been like, okay, that makes
And
sense.
can you imagine the pop if he had rolled to the edge of the ring after a third crossroads and wrapped that Thugonomics chain around his knuckles?
Oh
real
my
tight?
gosh.
Oh my
The
god.
pop,
Like,
dude.
come on.
Yes, I would have loved
Should have.
They
A lot of
could've-
things they
They
should have
could have
done.
just did the typical move, like when they're both in the corner, the ref like back is turned, and then Cena just kicks him in the nuts or something. Like
Yeah.
people would
that.
have
Would
been
have
like,
been one
"Whoa,
of the
what
greatest
fuck? You just kicked him
closings
in
to
the nuts." Like,
WrestleMania
what's
ever.
Remember the heel turn, Daniel Bryan, 2018. You could have
That-
done the exact
yeah,
same thing,
yeah.
and it would have worked.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
That
don't know.
precisely that.
All right, I'm gonna give you guys both points on that one because you both are wrong. Technically, you guys both brought up some good points.
I would
So
agree, man.
you guys both get points, so it's still tied. Now we got the Royal Rumble aspect. So since you guys, Nate, and you guys, whoever went first last time, I think it was Nate and Jade. We got to go. Who went to go first?
Yeah.
Or no, Mo and Johnny went first. So Nate and Jade, you guys get to pick this time. Do you guys want to defend? No matter who wins the Royal Rumble, should main event WrestleMania, because that's the concept of what the Royal Rumble means, and can make the Rumble feel bigger and more important. Or is it the best story? Whatever the best story is going into WrestleMania, should get the main event. So you guys decide what side you want to take. Because this is, for some reason, people think this is like a new occurring thing that whoever wins the Rumble gets the main event when it's never been a thing. For being honest, like they just pick and choose what year they want to do it.
I really do.
Well, are we still doing the video game one?
That's the last one. That's
That's the
Okay,
last one.
okay.
Cool.
All right.
Cool. Just want to make sure.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're ready.
all right. What side are you guys picking?
We firmly believe that whatever is carrying the program as the best story needs to be the main event.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Floor is yours.
And one of the reasons I believe that is WWE themselves, if you pay attention to the wording every year, have given up on the concept that the Royal Rumble winner is the main event. Sometimes they say that, and if you pay attention, usually when they say that, it's because they plan on that story being the main event. But a lot of times over the years, if you listen very closely, they will say very clearly the winner gets a championship match at WrestleMania. So that's one thing, is that if WWE doesn't even want to do it that way, why should I? Secondly, the Royal Rumble winner, very rarely do you have a situation like with Jey Uso this year where it just comes out of nowhere. The Royal Rumble winner, very commonly, is the single most predictable result on WWE's calendar, if you pay attention to the booking leading up to it. And I feel like if you're going to be that predictable with who wins the Rumble, it's probably going to be pretty predictable how that match at WrestleMania is going to be too. So why would I want to watch a match? And why would I stay up until the ass end of the night watching, even in a 2-night sequence, a 4.5-hour show, stay up and watch that main event if I already know exactly what's going to happen? Wrestling and storytelling is built on unpredictability. And so I think it's important that we understand that the championship match is not always the best story. I think that they went away from that because they understand that a lot of times the winner of the Rumble is predictable, and they don't want their Mania matches to be predictable. And then as we've seen in recent years, anything can happen after the Royal Rumble that just lights the entire card on fire and everything goes up in smoke. A match that you didn't plan on being the main event can catch fire, or maybe something comes out of nowhere. So when you lock yourself into that, when you lock yourself into saying whoever wins this match is going to be in the main event, I think you're potentially setting yourself up for an extreme failure. And number two, that made the whole concept of the Royal Rumble winner getting the main event made a lot more sense when there was one main event. And now there's two. So if you want to break it down into semantics about what qualifies as the main event and what doesn't, then you have to start breaking it down into semantics. Well, if they're not main eventing night 2, are they really main eventing? And to be honest, I just don't want to have that stupid fucking conversation. So no, I think for a myriad of reasons, if you are a part of the best story, if the crowd is reacting to you, whether you won the Royal Rumble or not, I think the best story should main event WrestleMania, regardless of who won the Rumble. And quite frankly, if you won the Rumble and you're not in the main event, you probably got nobody to blame but yourself. Maybe you should have told a better story.
Damn. The story, because we've seen it recently as this past year. Both Royal Rumble winners were on the undercard of night 1. They didn't even Jey Uso open, and Charlotte and Tiffany were the semi-main event because Punk, Rollins, and Reigns had a better story, and Cena and Cody had a better story. If you have 2 main events, you have 2 Rumbles, but we've clearly seen that WWE has a lot of trouble booking women's stories that actually matter. So imagine them trying to book a women's main event for WrestleMania like that. Triple H's head will probably fucking explode. His nose will probably implode off his fucking face. It's the best story. If the women somehow have the best story, if say Jade and Bianca build some cinematic 1-year build story, yes, have the main event. But if Bianca's world champion and Jade wins the Rumble, but the story isn't there, that should not be the main event. So it has to be the best story because that's what people are paying to see. Also, love Jey Uso and Gunther, but people are more inclined to probably stay for Roman Reigns. They're definitely more inclined to stay for Roman Reigns and John Cena than for a Jey Uso Gunther match. That's just the facts. So it should always be the best story. The reason why Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens main evented against the Usos over Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley, because their story was a million times better. So much better. It was the best story. They were part of the best story in the damn company at the time. So there's so many examples of the Rumble winner not having a good story. It's like, would the people actually stay? Especially when WrestleMania was one night. Would they really stay for that? Would we really stay for those type of matches? So it should definitely be the better story because the championship matches don't always have the best story.
Mo and Johnny, it's your turn, brother.
We're trying to figure out. So what's our argument? Because we're trying to figure that out.
Your argument is just whoever wins the Rumble should main event WrestleMania, no matter what. Like that's
the main event, last match.
That's what the concept of the Rumble was told. Whoever wins the Royal Rumble gets to main event WrestleMania. That's what they told us.
Yes, I do agree. I do agree on it. I mean, it really has been. I think, and then plus, not to mention, like the Royal Rumble itself, like it's still so entertaining. I think it's one of their biggest pay-per-views of all time. And I can't tell you how many, because I went to the worst one. So I went to 2022. So yeah. Oh yeah, it was bad, but still it was the aspect of like, also that was my first WWE event. But the aspect of seeing how everything goes down is so entertaining for me to watch. And then plus having the winner of it does deserve to go to be the main event of WrestleMania. I think I found it entertaining. I still think the story's there. And then plus you still have the underdog story of like anybody could win the Rumble. You can even have like a mid card or whatever win the Rumble, and then have that kind of underdog story. I have no idea.
Wait, Mario Kart.
I was gonna ask, but
it's my text tone. Sorry.
Oh,
okay. That was like time's up.
Yeah, no.
You go ahead, Mo.
I'm gonna attack 2 points with this, right? I think one thing is integrity. Stop lying to me every year and telling me that you're gonna have them main event WrestleMania if they win the Royal Rumble. If you're gonna set that in place, then fucking do it. Don't spit in my face and call it rain. Okay, that's one. Two, that goes into my booking. You have a whole motherfucking year to book the Royal Rumble. Triple H, you have a whole year. And Michael P.S. Hayes, get the fuck out of the room. You have a whole year to
Yes.
figure out who is going
Please.
to
Bruce
be in
Pritchard.
your main events of
Bruce
WrestleMania.
Pritchard.
More times than not, they're going to be world championship matches, right? You should know, okay, this is who I want to main event WrestleMania. They're going to be in this world title match. Book it so that the story matches up to be in that prominent spot. But when every time you book your Rumble winner to be Alberto Del Rio or I don't know Vince McMahon or I don't know Jey Uso, it puts you in a bad position. So just know going into that Rumble, just know who the fuck you're gonna put in the main event of WrestleMania, and if you're gonna keep putting that tag on the Royal Rumble, then go with it. Don't lie to me.
Yeah, because it sounds to me.
All
Are we
right.
done? Are we going into rebuttals?
Yeah. You guys still got 2 more minutes, so.
Well, go ahead.
I got no nose.
I got nothing else either.
It
If they wanna-
sounds to me like the point you guys are really making is make better decisions on who wins the Rumble. Because I was about to ask you, Mo, in 2011, are you going to look me in the eye and tell me Alberto should have main evented over John Cena? Like,
Oh, no.
That's the problem.
I mean,
That's part of
okay,
it.
so
I don't.
so
think
if you're telling me that the argument is more about making sure the right person wins the Rumble, then okay, I'm down for that because obviously there have been questionable Rumble winners in the past for sure.
You have a full, I
Um,
mean, just like Mo said, you have a full year. I mean, why
Yeah.
not? You
Yeah.
have a full year. You know what to do.
So it's a situation where obviously when you start throwing in the idea of the right person winning, that sort of muddies the waters a little bit. But I think just in general, if we assume that WWE are going to continue to have inconsistent quality of winners, right? For every Becky Lynch, you have an Alberto Del Rio, right? If you're going to continue to have inconsistent quality in who you have winning, then I think the best for everyone is to definitely never assume or don't tack on the Royal Rumble winner to your WrestleMania main event. And again, I think that's a lesson that WWE has learned in recent years, and I think that's why we're having this conversation in the first place. But like I said, Mo, you say WWE needs to quit lying to me. But again, they have not consistently called this a main event securing victory in years. For the most part, they just say that the winner gets a championship match at WrestleMania. That's probably exactly what they're going to say at Royal Rumble this year. So I don't really think that they are lying to us anymore. I think they're being honest about it now.
What I'll say about that is, at the end of the day, the Royal Rumble is a big 4 pay-per-view. The Royal Rumble is one of the most important shows that they have all year. Maybe put your most important winner in that Royal Rumble and have him win that motherfucker, because you know you're going to have him main event WrestleMania.
I've always thought it was more
important than the Chamber.
I've always thought it was more about this match only happens once a year type deal, not necessarily, the best decision is always going to win. It's you only get a Royal Rumble once per year, and here it is. I mean, Saudi Arabia notwithstanding, but those are glorified house shows. I don't give a shit about the greatest Royal Rumble. Who cares? So you get the Royal Rumble, a real Royal Rumble once per year, regardless of who wins. So I don't necessarily think it cheapens the Big Four aspect of it. I just think it's a situation where we've all come to grips with the fact at this point that when you win the Royal Rumble, you definitely get a championship match. And the fact of whether or not you main event, if you have a Seth Roman Punk story going on, sorry about you. You're not main eventing.
But that also goes into it. Like, Royal Rumble winners, you should be booking them with better stories. You shouldn't be half-assing your Royal Rumble winner. You shouldn't be half-assing championship matches going into WrestleMania. If they clearly, here's a perfect example. Obviously, Taker and Shawn were always going to have the better match than Triple H and Randy Orton. But they told a story that, with Triple H and Randy Orton, they told a story that justified them main eventing over Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. I think if you can keep doing that, where your Royal Rumble winner has important stories that justifies the main event of WrestleMania, we wouldn't have this problem. Where WWE has to keep changing the verbiage every year.
You have to remember I mean, this goes all the way back to when CM Punk left the company and went on the podcast with Colt Cabana. Remember the conversation he said he had with Triple H. Triple H told him, "You're going to have this match with this person. CM Punk said, I want the main event. Triple H said, well, you're in a match with this person. That is the main event. And CM
Himself.
Punk said, no, the main event is the last match.
Yeah.
So it's just that WWE has never looked at the last match being the main event, even though every knowledgeable wrestling fan that watches knows what CM Punk knew at that time. The main event is the last match. You're going on last, you're the main event. But WWE has never had that. And I don't know if WWE is the company that you want to look at and expect them to change their thinking. It's certain things because they're not gonna. So
they'll have a 6-match card and have a triple main event. So
Yeah.
You guys done?
I think so. That's all I got.
Yeah, I think there's more.
Yeah.
There's no more needs to be said.
You guys want nothing else? All right. Fair points. Fair points. I think it goes both ways. I'm gonna give it to Jade and Nate though. I think they brought up some better overall
Oh yeah.
points. I do think though, one thing that I think could have been brought up for Mo and Johnny's point, which you kind of did a little bit, but yes, the best story should always main event. But if you have the Rumble winner, you can easily tell the best story with the
Best
Rumble
story
winner,
with the
no matter
Rumble.
who it is. You know what I mean? Like it's not hard to do. We've seen that happen many, many times. You know what I mean?
They did it with Jay.
You mentioned with Randy and Triple H and all that stuff, like Taker and Shawn. Yes, they had Taker and Shawn had the better match, but Randy and Triple H had the best story going into that WrestleMania. You know what I mean? So that made sense for them to be the main event. That was the most interesting story. Just obviously the match didn't deliver, but if you tell the best story with the Rumble winner, it can be done. So if they were to do that, yes, whoever wins the Rumble should main it, and it could help the Rumble feel bigger to itself. Like if you win it, you're getting the WrestleMania main event. Like it's a for certain thing if you happen to get it, but it's never a for certain thing though. So they brought up better points. Last topic will be one that you guys can choose. This is WWE video games. So what do you think would make the video games better today? Is it adding a new feature? Is it bringing back a feature from the old game? Is it getting rid of 2K in general? Like whatever you want.
Oh, that's an option?
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Wait, we say that again?
Whatever you feel can make the video games better today. So
All right. All right.
I would just hate.
Yeah,
I would just hate on 2K on like the.
No, you and me both, brother. You and me both.
But
all
like
2K games
the
not been bad though. They've had like one bad game though, for being honest, out of the whole series. 2K20.
Battlegrounds.
No, I'm saying like 2K, like the 2K.
Oh, the
You
main
count
series. Oh,
Battlegrounds. Come on,
main
bro.
series.
Count
I disagree on that whole
Look,
thing.
and if we're being honest though, we've had people come up here and say like 2K14, 2K19, like top 5. Like
Yeah,
all time.
19's great.
So, like,
Yeah,
14's great.
100%. I think 14 and 13.
When
I
they
think
have
13 is whenever they started.
2K has shown they can have good games.
Yeah.
They're just
But
not
choose not to.
consistent with it all the time.
Because
But
I could really attack 2K fans because some people defend the bullshit they do.
mm,
Ooh.
They're just not consistent with it though. But what would you add to, like, it could be bring back Road to WrestleMania. It could be fix the GM mode to make it better. Whatever you think.
I think our team.
We
I
only
think
got
is
one thing,
good.
right? Only one.
Yeah,
thing?
can we do one thing or is it multiple things?
If your one thing goes into multiple things, then you could do that, but it has to be one specific like
Oh,
topic.
all right.
Okay.
All right, we
You can't just be like this. Like it has to be like this. But
damn, because we. Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously many things. But
Mm-hmm.
whenever you guys are ready, let me know.
Yeah, we just solidified.
What do you think of that, Nate? Because I think that should be.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that should be the centerpiece of your game, honestly.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's still the same thing as it was 10 years ago.
Since you guys won the last round, you guys want to go first, or you want to go?
Well, we can go first just based on I think we have our topic, and we can go ahead.
That's
and
fine.
Yeah.
give our side while they're.
Good.
No,
Floor's
no.
yours.
Nate, you want me to start, or you want to start?
I'll start.
Okay.
So yeah, we've decided on universe mode. That thing has been, man, it has so much potential when it started off with THQ in 2000, SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. It was actually fun, but I don't know. You get the same stuff, and it's boring. It's dry. Universe mode is just not. It's not it. And they had my GM now, but even I feel like universe mode should be a lot more fun. And like Jade said, that could be like the centerpiece of your game. That's like it's your universe, man. Like this should be like you can control whatever it should just be more in depth. You should have more power. You should, there should be more a better system in place for you to have fun and actually control your universe. Like you should be able to run these shows the way you actually want to run these shows. You should be able to put promos in and have just the different things that should be added to this mode. So like Jade said, I think that should be the centerpiece to your game.
I mean, just as an example, one thing that I can't believe, as far as I know, because I haven't played that much of Universe Mode this year because Universe Mode sucks and it still sucks. But the one simple thing that I would love to have in Universe Mode is if you have a Money in the Bank winner on your roster and you are simulating a championship match, there should be a notification that pops up. A championship match is in progress. Would you like your Money in the Bank winner to cash in? But no, you have to tell it before the match if you want it to. It doesn't make any sense. And here's the thing. You can't. Whoops, my mic fell. You can't market your game versus one age group versus another age group. It needs to be fun for kids my son's age, who's 9, who doesn't give a shit about Universe Mode. But it also needs to be fun for the people who have been playing these games for 20-something years at this point. Universe Mode just needs to stand out more from standard mode. Standard play mode needs to be more arcadey. It needs to really take, even though I don't think this is a great game, I think play like versus mode needs to take some hints from AEW Fight Forever, just in the way that game mode feels very arcadey and fun. But when you play Universe Mode, that should be for us. That should be for people who understand how the business works and want to be able to run a season of WWE as if we were a booker, a writer in the Gorilla Room with unfiltered, unedited, complete, and total control over how everything works. Not Universe Mode randomly turning people heel or randomly spitting out cutscenes or deciding
the same cutscene.
Having to modify how many matches are on your card, every single fucking card. Like, it's not easy to play. It's frustrating to play. It's broken as hell. And it's not different enough from the other game modes. Why would you play Universe Mode when GM Mode works so much better? Why would you play the matches in Universe Mode when you can just go to play the matches in Versus Mode? What's the point? Universe Mode needs a complete and total overhaul because right now, people our age don't really have a reason to play offline. And playing online on these wrestling games, in my opinion, I'm sorry, is just frustrating as fuck. I hate playing online in wrestling games because everyone just wants to grief. Everyone just wants to reverse for 15 fucking minutes. Playing online is miserable in WWE. And I don't know how you fix that, or I would have picked that. But picking Universe Mode is an easy choice because you tear it down, overhaul it, and design it for people like us who want complete and total control over what we're doing because that's what we want to do. So fix Universe Mode and get people like us who don't just want to go in and play arcade games to be able to do a full simulation WWE style game. And I think you'd bring back a big portion of your core audience.
You guys want to pass it? You guys got a couple more seconds.
Got anything else, Nate?
No, I'm good.
Let's get it.
Go ahead.
We're good? Okay. I really like the aspect you guys went with. Freedom. Basically, we want Universe Mode to have the freedom, which these games are missing, because that's why I still play fucking SVRs. But the side I'm going to go with is I'm going to say they need to bring back a mode that they took out from 2K14 and still have not brought back to this day. And I can't wait for them to fucking bring it back and call it a new mode. Create a story.
Yes.
Create a story.
Yes.
I have said this for years. Yeah, they can bring back Road to WrestleMania. Who says they don't fuck it up? Yeah, they can bring back challenge mode. Who says they don't fuck it up? Who says they don't bring back the old style of GM mode and still find a way to fuck it up? But create a story. It is literally whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yep. Your story.
It is freedom to the max. You could do whatever you want. You can tell whatever story you want. You use whatever character. If they take the exact template, copy, paste onto 2K26, I would play that game day and night. Because the other aspect that Create a Story gave us was community fucking creations.
Yes.
So literally, you had endless content. Because even if your brain was fried and you ran out of stories to tell yourself, you got another motherfucking story. And these motherfuckers online are creative.
Yep.
So you got a whole another person's story. You can, bro. I'm still playing stories that I downloaded years ago from 2K14. I'm still replaying those. If they would bring that back now, I wouldn't have much to say. Because yes, universe mode is broken as fuck. That's why I don't touch it. But it's like, and universe mode has so much potential. I do agree with y'all on that. But man, even if they put Create a Story in universe mode, you know how much that's shot in the
That's
arm.
content. That's a lot of content.
You know how much creators can do with that
Yep.
shit?
Yep.
You know how much streamers can do with that? Bro, just bring back Create a Story. That is a layup. Do not pull up Brandon Knight. It is a fucking layup. It is a layup. Bring it back. Bring it back, bro.
Oh shit.
Go ahead, Johnny. I'm gonna let you.
Yeah, 100%. It's 100% content. Bring that back, and just like what Mo said, if you're literally copying and pasting from everything that what 2K14 had and putting it into 2K26, then yes, you get the creation mode as well, the create on community creations, and then that way you can upload your story onto community creations. I think that would go so far, and I mean, way better than, in my opinion, way better than universe mode. Like, because yeah, you get universe mode, and I mean, but again, here we are, and it's still broken, and I can't tell you how many patches they've done on 25 now, and still broken. Like, I think I do too, and I don't even want to get into the island. That was one of my things, but I don't even want to get into that. But yeah, just the whole bring the story aspect. That way you get us tons of freedom to do whatever you want, and I think that would definitely be better, and definitely get people to buy 26 if they added that into 26. If we're talking trying to get people to buy the game, what would make people buy the game? Having Create a Story would definitely do it.
That would get my money.
Boom, because especially if you're a creator, like if you're a creator and you're trying to create content, absolutely, that's a 100% like easy. You got my like take my money easily.
Yeah, and by the way, there's an easy way to get both of these things in the game. Just get rid of showcase mode. Nobody wants it.
Yes.
All it is
Get rid of my
watching a
faction.
movie. No one cares about fucking showcase mode anymore. Get rid of showcase mode and put more effort into these two things, and the game
And
will
get rid of
launch.
and get rid of my faction. Get rid of that bullshit.
Don't need that either. But that makes
Yeah, I mean they could keep the. I don't really play my faction, but some people do like it.
I don't either.
They just like it for the Persona cards. That's literally all they like it for, though.
It feels like we really only play showcase mode just because we gotta unlock shit. It's not fun.
Yeah, bro.
We know we have to unlock certain things we want, so it's like, all right, I guess I gotta play.
And
this mode.
And it's so unfair because for the people that spend like what was it, 140 whatever on for the last year, like on 25, it was like 140. For the people that spend that money, you should absolutely get the ability to unlock everything, and that includes everything, like not going through a showcase mode and having to do all that. But yet, the people that paid $140 for the game still have to go through showcase mode to unlock all those stuff. That's a little bull.
That's bullshit.
I feel like they should. Your lights demo.
Yeah, and might have to fix your camera, Mo.
No, you might not be able to hear us. I don't know. I like the aspect of Create a Story. I forgot about that. I ain't gonna lie.
I know, bro. I forgot about that, bro.
Create a Story was lit.
Showcase is lit. Yeah, lit on
Especially
fire. Fucking barn fire.
Especially
showcase.
Especially with what we got today, bro.
I'll be real. That's probably the first person that actually I seen that enjoy showcase.
Like they could mix it though. If you do Create a Story, you can mix that with like the universe mode. Like you can mix that all together. You know, like imagine they did Create a Story for Road to WrestleMania. Like that was one of the options. Like you get the superstars, and then you get create your own Road to WrestleMania story. Like you know how much stuff you could do with that, bro. Like that's just endless.
Oh my
Like
God, bro.
It's endless content. It really is.
that's like endless content, endless gameplay right there.
Yeah.
It's fun on every aspect, you know. So you guys both brought up some good points. I'm gonna give to Johnny and Mo though. Like create a
Yeah,
story.
that was
I do want to say
really
final point though, regardless who you give it to. I think you could get a better universe mode and survive without story mode. I think even if you add story mode, you still have to fix universe mode because universe mode is such a central. It needs to be a central experience of the game. So universe mode can't go away. That has to get fixed. Add story mode, obviously that's a great idea, but you still have to overhaul universe mode. It's such a
100%.
crucial part of the experience.
Yeah. But I look at like they did it perfectly in WWE 12. There was so much fluidity. Like there was cutscenes that they threw in there that like you wouldn't expect. Like, bro, I don't get what's up with that.
Yeah, I mean,
2K just don't give a fuck because they
We-
people.
No, they really
I'm
don't.
gonna
They
go
just
on
care about money. They just care about money.
I
Let's
gotta get this off my chest. I gotta get this off my chest. You 2K fans, sometimes y'all gotta stop defending bullshit, man. Y'all have to stop settling for mediocrity. Please stop defending 2K just because they're a big ass company. Number one, their money does not go in your pocket. Your money goes in their pocket. Okay, so let's get that out the way. Second of all, bro, when they're lazy and we call it out, stop telling us we're complaining for no reason. We're complaining because we want the shit to be better.
Yep.
There's no reason that a game that dropped in 2003 with graphics that look like they were from 1980 is still kicking the shit out of your game now. I don't want to hear that shit.
Let's
I
not
don't wanna
even
hear that shit.
not even talk about the commentary. You know how old that commentary and
That
table
shit
is.
ass.
Bro,
And-
bro, don't get me started on that, bro.
Oh my
Why is
god!
Byron
And-
Saxton
yeah,
still in my,
you all,
on my
y'all,
screen?
that just
in
proves right there that
2025.
y'all are some lazy motherfuckers. That just
I
proves
took
right
25
there.
off my console. I took 25
Byron
off.
Saxton hasn't commentated since like the pandemic.
yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
I feel like too.
What are we doing?
With video games nowadays too, they're at a stage where not even just WWE, but NBA, Madden, all these games have pretty much done like all they could do and create new things. They had to take things away and then keep them away for years, and then like Mo said, bring them back, but just name it something different. You know what I mean? Like they have to do that to make more money and to make it seem like they're creating something new. Because for WWE games, what more could they possibly already do? I mean, you've already created so many other things. You've had creative story, Road to WrestleMania. You got Universe Mode. They brought on the island this year. Like we've had custom creations where we can change superstars' gears, and they've done so much shit. So it's like if you just keep it the same, it's the same game every year. But it might not be a bad thing at this point. I mean, there's always things you could upgrade, but why take things away? Why take things away from the game that are good that people genuinely want to see every year? You know what I mean?
For
When they took away the Road to WrestleMania, bro, that really pissed me off. I was like, that was one of the things I look forward to like every year. When they first introduced it year by year, I'm like, man, I can't wait to play that Road to WrestleMania. And then when they got rid of it, I'm like, bro,
whenever
that's one of the main reasons I bought the game.
They brought in
replayability on them too.
They brought in the island for this year, and they took away the ability to cross-platform creations. That pissed me off because there were so many. They took we don't have that in 25 because of the island. Because of the island, we don't have cross-platform creation. We can't download PlayStation. An Xbox creator can't download a PlayStation's creator or creation anymore. We can do that in 24. Can't do that in 25 because of this fucking island.
And
that's
what makes it worse too. One thing I think
that just pissed me off.
One of the
welcome to my world.
One of the things that I would have said that they got to fix somehow, I don't know, somehow, some way, is the goddamn online servers, bro. The servers online.
Oh yeah.
Because
bro, people online are assholes though. Like, niggas just don't want to actually play the game. They just want wins on their fucking record. That's it. Nobody actually wants to win. They be fucking cheating, bro. Tired of that shit.
Yeah.
How do you cheat though?
I don't know. I really
09.
I saw someone on day two, and they were like already level 1,000 in the rankings. I was like, how?
Some people are 2 hours.
They
buy it.
buy it.
When I play the game, I usually just play with my friends, but like The servers
same.
crash so much. It's like I've never had those problems with NBA. I've never had those problems with Madden. Like the servers crash constantly on WWE games, bro. It's like, bro, if you can fix the servers, they got to a point you can't even use your own custom created characters. You got to use regular characters because if you use the custom created ones, the
They
servers
finally
crash.
fixed that. They finally patched that, but
Oh,
with
they did?
they finally patched it, but the entrances are still off. Like you can't hear someone's music. Like even if it's in game. Like if I put Rhea Ripley's theme song on my character, the other person that I'm facing can't hear that. Why? That's so ridiculous.
The McDonald's as servers.
Bro, the servers are so like the servers are so broken in so many ways. And I just feel like if they fix that, it would make the game more enjoyable. Because
Get
playing
rid
with
of
your
my faction. Get rid of my faction.
Yeah, my
please.
faction, my faction showcase is the ones that really need to go.
I don't care if they keep my faction, but like I said, I never played it like that. So it's like if they didn't get rid of it, I wouldn't be mad. But if they got rid of it, I'm not gonna cry about it either. So
My problem is they keep these characters locked behind it. I'm just like, bro, I'm not grinding my faction, my nigga. Give me the fucking character. Can I pay for it? Like, god damn.
Yeah, I don't like. That's the one thing I don't like about, like I said, showcase mode. Showcase mode doesn't feel fun to play. It feels like I'm just playing showcase mode, so I have to unlock certain things in the game that I know I have to unlock. I don't care about going back and playing matches from the past and the graphic scene cuts of the real match, tied in with the actual video game part of it. That doesn't interest me. I don't care about that stuff. Yeah. I want to play stories that are made up in the game.
Yeah,
like the what's that mode called? With the oh, damn, I can't think of the mode of it. It's the custom created stories with like created characters. You create a character and you
my character. My Rise.
My Rise is good.
Yeah,
I like My Rise. Cool. Every year My Rise is good. Like the stories are interesting. They make it good. We play games for that. I want to play made up stuff like you mentioned. Create a story. I want to make shit up in the game to make it fun for me. Like how I would book it in my head. Like this is what I would do. This is how I would like it. That's what makes the game fun. That's how you get
me personally. I think that was the only thing that was good for 25 was the My Rise story. The My Rise was good this year, but I mean that
personally bored me. I don't
really.
I don't
know. That shit was fire.
Yeah, that was the. I was like, Punk. Why is he okay? All right.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, it's an interesting story, but that all goes back to what we were saying. Just you might as well just bring back the creative story where you can create your own story how you think it would go down. You try and change it
just for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Just for that.
It makes it a lot. It makes it a lot funner. It makes it more engaging. It makes it a lot better overall. Just as a total package for a video game. You know what I mean? Like nobody wants to play a video game and it'd be boring. You know what I mean? Like I get every game. It's not going to be as good as some of the ones in the past. I do think sometimes people do live in nostalgia too much. Sometimes people reminiscing on SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, SmackDown versus Raw, and No Mercy. It's like, bro, those games are in the past. Like
you're able to climb the SmackDown fist and fight on top of the SmackDown fist. Like, come on, man. I miss those days.
Those were the past games. You feel me? Like we're in a different era now. It's a new generation, so the games are different now. Like they just continue to make the same game every year, like SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain. What's the point of buying the game? I just buy that. I just play the first one. I mean, like it's the same game every year. So they definitely can improve it.
That's it. Updated roster.
They definitely can improve it and add certain things to make the games more special, more different. I feel like bringing back Road to WrestleMania would definitely be something that would interest me. Create a story would be great as well. That's something that, adding universe mode to make that better would be great. Adding more custom creations, cross-play with Xbox and PlayStation. So many different things they can do. But I also understand for 2K's aspect as their brand, they can't give us everything at once because then if they give us everything at once, then they have to possibly top themselves the next year. It's like every year you got to go bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's why they take things away from the game. And then they bring it back, every once in a while. Like GMO was always going to come back. They just had to take it away for so many years for people to finally be like, please bring it back. Can you please bring it back?
A decade and a half.
And then they brought it back. But do you see how when they first brought it back, it wasn't to the custom that we wanted. And the next year, it got a little bit better. All right, next year, it got a little bit better. Next year, it's going to be better than this year. You know what I mean? So every year, they're going to continue to up it. Like they know what they're doing with that. It's a money thing. It's a business at the end of the day. So they got to be smart and know how to use their credentials.
I know thing
with like you brought up Showcase. They just it just doesn't hit like it used to, man. Like the first couple ones, I was like, okay, this is great. Like the 30 years of WrestleMania, the Attitude Era one, even though they didn't go all the way to like WrestleMania X7, but like especially that 30 years of WrestleMania one. When I look at that and then look at what they did with 40 years, inexcusable. When people were defending, oh man, you don't want to play through WrestleMania 6. Yes, the fuck I do. It's 40 years. Put the match in there, goddammit. Like,
I feel like you can, yeah, but try to refreshen up. We don't always have to play the same matches from WrestleMania 6 from over and over again. Like there was a lot other matches that you could have done for WrestleMania 6, and you could have just done that.
You can't tell me you couldn't have done Rock Hogan.
Exactly.
You can't tell me you couldn't have done Rock Hogan.
Yeah, like you should have 100% should have done that. Another thing I would, kind of put this in consideration too. I don't know, just my personal opinion. Maybe it's just the sole purpose or the sole reason why we haven't gotten crossplay in years. Whenever I think everybody knows we have that technology now, they can do it. But I feel like still making copies for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, I feel like maybe that's kind of holding us back a little bit, Maybe I feel like that could be the reason we're still making copies on old gen. Why are we still making copies on old gen when everyone I feel like have next gen now? I know it's a lot of money. I do understand that, but next gen's been out. Yeah, it's been out for 5 years. I feel like I know I don't want to be that guy and just judge and be like, oh, everyone's got to have it right now because I understand completely, but I don't know. I think that's just the way I see it. It's like maybe it's time now. Maybe it's time to step away from old gen and then try to focus on next gen now. And then even though like here we are looking at next gen. Next gen, I guess you can say.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point. They definitely got to figure out. I mean, I'm sure they'll figure it out at some point. But the games, you just want the game to be better in front of them every year. So maybe add different stuff. Certain matches you could bring back in there, like an Inferno match. Just makes things different, and also make it more entertaining. Like let us have matches like in somebody's backyard, in a train station. You know what I mean? Like just to add different. Like, and here comes the pain. You can jump off a fucking helicopter. You know what I'm saying? Like in a parking lot.
Here comes the pain.
Stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Like to Chris in the comments, if they did a Ruthless Aggression showcase, I'd be like, okay, cool, because we got
I would
one. Might as well.
Yeah.
All right, hell yeah. But
even then, so it's like I don't know. I'm
missing though.
I'm not interested in like playing old stuff we played. I feel like now if they did if you did a story mode for like My Rise where it's like you create a character and then you can pick like what era of WWE you want to go back to. So you can go to the 80s, you can go to the Attitude Era, you can go to the Ruthless Aggression Era, NXT Black and Gold. You know what I mean? Like you could pick what era you want to go to and start, and then every era has a different story. Now that shit would be fire. Like I can go back to the 80s and I can have stories with Hogan and Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior and Jake the Snake, or I can go to the Attitude Era and be there with Rock, Austin, and Mick Foley and Triple H, or Ruthless Aggression Era with Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle and John Cena and Batista and Randy Orton, or NXT Black and Gold. Like I can go down there and have the matches with DIY and Aleister Black and all these other people. So if they added something like that where you create a character and then you can pick what era you want to go to throughout WWE with your character to have the stories and all that stuff, that would be fire.
That would be sick.
And the thing is too, I'm not too big of an advocate of using this too much, but with AI now, you can make the voiceovers that you need for people who have passed away, like Hogan and Savage. If you really need it.
They tried it in 25.
Yeah, we already have their voices too, so you can.
They did AI in 25, but it messed up. They used AI for all their attires in 25, but it messed up. Like they had, what was it, phenomenal uns instead of phenomenal ones, so the AI messed up. Oh yeah, they did it in 25. There's proof.
Bad.
And it was bad. It was bad. The LA Knight logo, they spelled LA Knight NITHE or NITH. Yeah, NITHE. So it was. I was like, it was really bad. Like they used AI. You can tell.
Like, maybe if you're cutting promos, you could just type in what you want that person to say. So like if you say like, obviously keep it to the pros. So like there's certain things and certain words you can't say, but like if you could just type in the promo, like whoever's cutting the promo against you, they say what they say, and then you can type in what you want them to say back. that's what they say, or at least give you like an option, like this is what you say, these are your options, or whatever, like something. And then I like also too story. I'm big on like video games where it's like I don't know if you guys ever played like the Telltale series, like Walking Dead or Batman. Telltale series.
Yeah.
I'm big on video games like you can. Based off what you choose is going to determine how your destination is. So if they brought that to WWE games, like in a story mode where it's like, if you turn heel, if you turn face, your story is going to be different opposed to the two. If you team up with that person or you choose to face that person, your story is
old season modes too, bro. Like
or like if you win and lose, like if you lose a match, that can determine your story.
That would change the story. That was change the direction of the story you're doing. That's how like 06 and 07 season mode was too.
Yeah, like if you lose matches, you just lost. That was it. Like you couldn't change it. You feel me? Like you can't.
That was it.
Refix that. If you lose, then. But I feel like if you lose, though, that changes the trajectory of your story. Like maybe it brings you down to the card. Maybe it, gets you traded or whatever the case may be. There's so many different things I feel like they could just add and do to it that would make it interesting. I'm always big on control too, so I would love a story mode where like you're the GM and then you could like create you run the show, like brand warfare type stuff, but it's like you're actually in charge of it, not like these are your options. Like, no, I'm choosing like how I want to run Raw, how I want to run SmackDown, how I like want to envision that brand, like the draft. I don't know if you guys ever played like SmackDown, Shut Your Mouth.
Yeah.
Start the season
one of my favorite.
You get to do a draft in the beginning.
Like, that might be my favorite season mode ever.
Season mode was dope.
That might be my favorite.
Yeah,
that
like
really
Detroit
cool.
Become Human. Yeah, like those type of games, like based off the decision you make, that's going to determine whether your destination is going to be good or bad. Like I think you add those to the WWE games, that shit would be fire.
It gives you all the replayability that you need because you're going to keep trying different shit.
Oh yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
So,
there's so many different things they can add to it. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on.
We could.
So many different things they could add and not add to it. But I do feel like the game should only improve from here. I don't see why they can't improve. From moving forward to the foreseeable future and stuff like that. So hopefully they can decide.
I'm gonna ask one more question. And I now that we're kind of on this topic, it's been some years now. So do you think that they can improve and everything will be good? Or do you think WWE drops them and they go with somebody else?
I think they can improve. I mean, they definitely shouldn't go to EA. EA, absolutely not.
Hell no.
Worse.
Hell no.
Not EA, but I'm saying like
Rockstar maybe.
My Rockstar would be cool, that would be dope. Oh my god, they would go crazy with it. I'm saying like the whole reason why I'm saying it is because I think it was MW3 for Activision. I know a lot of people don't like Activision, but if you saw what they did with Cody Rhodes, if you saw what they did with Rhea Ripley, I mean they looked way more realistic than 2K did, especially with that championship. Like that looked like an actual real championship. It had the details on it and everything. Not instead of what 2K did and just a flat piece of shit. Sorry, it's just a flat piece of shit. That's what they did. I don't know. I feel like we've seen some companies out there that put out their some wrestling games and realize that there can be.
See, that's
a lot of companies that
I would say
do
that's
a
one
lot
thing
better.
I do wish they would do though. Like, why can't we have other wrestling games outside of 2K? Like, growing up, you had SmackDown versus Raw, but then you could play Crush Hour. You could play backyard wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, you could do so many other different games that would be like WWE All Star.
I just got to give it time. I can't wait for the Wrestling Code, dude. Wrestling Code is definitely going to be it. If you guys haven't checked that out, definitely go check that out. But the Wrestling Code is definitely something to look forward to. It's something make it
a little bit different. I feel like it could work though. I mean, 2K isn't all bad. They're not like EA. Like if it was under EA, I would be like, oh my gosh, no. But like if they maybe went to Rockstar could be cool because they're strictly off like storytelling, based with their game, stuff like that. Maybe like Naughty Dog. They got
Naughty Dog,
kind of good brand over there. Because Last of Us, that's probably my favorite game I've ever played in my life. So Uncharted,
they did so well with that too.
So, the Uncharted games are really good as well. But 2K is such a big brand with sports. I don't see them going away from that. Maybe they could add like Ukes or something to come back to it. I don't know, but
I think my biggest issue with 2K is I think they lean into simulation a little bit too much, where it's like ultra realistic. I think like the perfect game for me in terms of gameplay was like an SVR 2011. If you want to lean into
Yes,
realism,
100%.
but also feel like it's a video game and you
Yeah.
can do whatever the fuck you want, that's where I feel like 2K needs to start leaning back to. Because like the
Mhm.
last run of THQ from my mic.
Can't
Oh
hear you,
shit.
bro.
Oh yeah, you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, like that last run of games from THQ with 11, 12, 13, and they developed 14. Like those games, they were realistic, but you still felt like it was a video game. I think 2K tries too hard to because the NBA game is super realistic. They try the same thing with WWE, and I don't think that WWE audience really wants that as much as the NBA.
I feel like with the graphics that we have already, that's already realistic enough. I think that's where you get your realism right there. I that's the way I feel. I feel like they can, because they already have that. I feel like they can easily do what everybody wants for a video game aspect, because you have that the graphics. It already feels real, right, just by the graphics alone. You see how realistic it looks.
You guys, want to ask you, we're gonna get your take on. This is going to AEW, switching over to AEW last night. But the I Quit match with Darby Allin and Jon Moxley. What do you guys? What is your take on violence in pro wrestling? Do you feel like it could be overdone sometimes? Do you feel like it's always good to add that? Because they had, Jon Moxley and Darby Allin are obviously two great superstars, and Moxley matches are always usually going to be violent with blood, and Darby Allin will always put his body at high risk and stuff. But they had spots in there where he tried to drown him, with the fish tank and everything and the water in there, like stuff you hadn't seen in matches before. So it's like, okay, like it's different. So we get the feud as personal, but it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying?
Like what are we doing?
Yeah. So
I was actually thinking about this earlier. I think it's harder for me now knowing how wrestling is like very like wrestling scripted, right? I think it's harder for me to be like when you're a kid, you don't care what they do. It's just like, damn, what the fuck? But like as an adult, it's just kind of like, yo, what are we doing, gang? Like, why are you trying to drown him? But I definitely do think violence in wrestling, it has a place. That's why I like AEW so much, because there's so much variety. You got the great in ring, you got all that, and then you got the violence with Darby and Mox and guys like that. But sometimes it does, like, it gets to a point. But that's just me.
I had no problem with the match. I thought it was a wonderful match. Was it worth 5 hours to finally get to the point? No, absolutely not. That's the problem I had. It's because, like, you had all the matches I was not entertained on, except for that one. That's the problem I had on. And it was like, to be fair, it was not worth the 5 hours to finally get to that point. And I'm like, oh my gosh. It was a wonderful match, best match of the night in my opinion. But was it worth 5 hours to finally try to get to there? No, I don't think so. Oh my gosh, yeah, there was the Mercedes Moné match. Oh my god, don't even get me started on that one. There are so many great opportunities you could have had with that open challenge match, and you just kind of that was duty, bro. Oh my god, it's like, don't even get me started on it. But yeah, that oh my gosh.
Did you want to say you're not feeling the Mercedes pushes now? It's like it's too overdone. The titles
11 is way too much now.
She herself was amazing, right? But I feel like the direction they have the entire women's division going, which is clearly all of it to her, is kind of holding the division back a little bit. Like the TBS title, like we know damn well she wasn't losing that until she broke Jade's record. She's beating Chris Statlander at Full Gear. Like, and outside of like the few women that they push, there's really not much variety in that division. And it's just kind of like, it's not like all a Mercedes problem, but It gets
I
to
mean-
a fucking point. 11 titles, bro.
I mean, to be fair, like she already beat the record. She just beat the record not too long ago. So to be
Okay.
fair, yeah, she it was like sometime last week or something like that. So it was very recent. So
Yeah.
because of that, I felt like she was losing the title. I was like, okay, there's no point of her needing it now. Like she beat the record. She did what she wanted to do, and that's beat Jade Cargill's record, and she did it. She's now the longest reigning TBS champion of all time. And even as much as I didn't like her opponent, I feel like she still could have done it. She still could have won the match and then take the title from Mercedes, but she didn't. And I'm like, what are we doing, dude? Now she's got 11, and then now she's going face to face with
12.
Chris, and she's trying to get 12. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
I just feel like
this-
Mercedes matches and her stories just don't have the substance that they need, bro. It just doesn't hit all the way. Like the only one really that moved me a lot was the Tony one.
Yeah,
That was it.
that Tony match was pretty good. It wasn't as bad. It was okay, but man, it was just that like AEW pay-per-views were so long. I think we all know that. They're like usually over 5 hours, you know, or sorry, usually over 4 hours. And it was going on 5 hours by the time we got to the main event. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, dude. And I was like, and
I
don't
fell
get me
asleep.
wrong, it was a real good match. I enjoyed the match. Sting coming back, I thought that was really cool. I can't believe that there's a lot of people in my chat that predicted it and saying Sting come back, and I was like, why? But I get it. Like it is like a passing the torch kind of thing. But
Yeah.
It's so I want to switch over back to WWE because we just saw Sami Zayn lose the US title. Ilya Dragunov, do you feel like that was a good option for him to
100%.
win the championship too? Or
100%.
Like,
100%.
do you feel like Carmelo Hayes would have benefited more?
No, I think
I think you could have went. Go ahead, Jenny.
you know, yeah, I think what they did with Ilya was phenomenal, and it was great, and it was definitely well deserved. Not only to have him come back, but have him come back and win the championship. That's icing on the cake. That's cherry on top right there. That's the way I see it. I think it was a phenomenal return of what they did, and it was a massive way to push Ilya Dragunov, in my opinion. I think that was a good way to make him look really strong. Like that to me, I thought it was really good of him defeating Sami Zayn. And if this was the plan all along and we had no idea, I'm okay with it. Because I was one of those people that hated that didn't like Sami Zayn winning the championship, and I was like, "What are we doing? Why? You know?" But if this was the plan all along, I take back my hate, because I think having Ilya Dragunov return and having him to take the title on the same night he returned, perfect, amazing.
I think there's a big misunderstanding in the wrestling community when it comes to Sami Zayn. Nobody said he could never be a good champion. That wasn't the issue that we had with him winning the championship.
Yeah.
The issue we have with Sami Zayn is due to the booking that he has with certain things. Number one, we talked about it many, many times. They've continued to portray his character as like some type of underdog time and time again on occasions when he's already overcome so much adversity. Like this isn't 2014. This isn't NXT Sammy anymore.
Yeah.
We've already been past that. Sammy's already been at WrestleMania and done so much stuff. And the second part of it is, for some reason, it seems like when Sami Zayn is getting titles or certain opportunities, it's with other people's storylines that are lining up for that spot. Like Chad Gable, that was his story to win the Intercontinental Championship, and then they gave it to Sami Zayn. With the United States Championship, yes, not a bad option, but Carmelo Hayes could have been doing the exact same thing Sami Zayn did with the U.S. title, with the Open Challenge and all that stuff, and it would have benefited him a lot more to help boost up his credibility on the main roster. The same with like a Jimmy Uso, giving him that singles push. That would have helped boost him up a little bit more to give him that opportunity to finally at least stand out as a singles competitor. Nobody ever doubted Sammy's ability to be a good champion, though, or his talent. His talent has never been an issue. He's good on the mic. He's great in the ring. He's a phenomenal talent. Anybody who says otherwise, you're just lying to yourself. You're tripping at this point. Sami Zayn is an incredible talent. Could be a future World Heavyweight Champion. Sure, that's fine. It's just the way they portray him. And unfortunately, not all of it is his fault. Some of it is due to booking, but we all are smart wrestling fans. If you've been watching long enough, you understand that the talent is always, majority of the time, the one that gets the blame for bad booking or good booking. If they do good booking, they get praise for that good booking and that good story. If it's a bad booking decision, then they also get criticized for that bad booking. When John Cena defeated Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 30, nobody really said that, oh, the booking buried Bray Wyatt. It was John Cena is the one who buried Bray Wyatt because he was the one that beat Bray Wyatt. He was the talent. Even though John Cena doesn't make the decisions on who wins and who loses, he is the talent that went out there and beat the superstar Bray Wyatt. So he was kind of the one that faced the backlash for that. So it's apples and oranges, and it's a double-edged sword. It goes hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? So with Sami Zayn, the whole Sammy Hogan allegations and shit, I feel like people were
That's
definitely
the corniest. The Hogan allegations on people in wrestling in 2025 is the corniest thing the IWC has ever done. Ever. I hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Sami Zayn got Hogan allegations for beating Solo Sikoa.
And he also got, he got Sammy Hogan allegations with the mid-card title.
Yep.
Not even the world
They
champion.
do the
That's
same
even a
thing
world
with Becky,
champion.
though. That's
He's not even the world
crazy.
champion. Like,
I hate that too. I hate that too.
Yeah.
Hate that too.
He's
not even
How
the
many
world
people she's
champion, like-
elevated? I hate that too.
Yeah, they do this.
Not to mention,
It's
too,
crazy.
Sami Zayn, I think people are forgetting this too. Sami Zayn is getting Sammy Hogan allegations. He wasn't even on WrestleMania this year. He wasn't even on the
Yep.
biggest show of the year. They kept him off the big. He was
They're
healthy.
calling him a
He
man.
wasn't hurt at all. He was in a story with Karrion Kross. They could have easily put that on WrestleMania, but they stretched that out longer for SummerSlam. They kept Sammy off WrestleMania after the last 4 WrestleManias. He's performed very well. He had Kevin Owens at 37, which was good. He had Johnny Knoxville in the celebrity match at 38, which was very entertaining. The main event of WrestleMania 39, which was spectacular, that tag team match with Sammy and Kevin Owens versus the Usos. And then the match with Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. He dethroned Gunther's reign. He got kept off WrestleMania this year. If
Bro,
Sammy was,
they're comparing him, they're equating him to a man who at a WrestleMania just walked into the main event and said, "Give me." Literally took the world title. That's what they're equating Sami Zayn to. I can't take most of the IWC series, bro. I can't do it.
yeah, anybody with the Hogan allegations is just
Bug
it's very forced hate, and I feel like we live in a day and age where people don't understand what superstars really means or what that term really means. Once you reach a certain level, you're just not going to be pushed backwards, once you reach a certain stratosphere, just because you don't want to see that person in that spot anymore. Everybody complained about Rhea Ripley for so long about her being constantly in the world title picture. And I'm not saying she had to be there all the time, but she's Rhea Ripley. She's going to be in that prominent spot. The fans are the one that made her popular. The WWE didn't do that. The fans are the ones that reacted to her and put her in that spot. People were mad that Jey Uso got the Rumble win and got the World Heavyweight Championship, opportunity. The fans are the ones that made that happen. They're the ones
These
who
people
react to
remember.
Jey Uso every single week he comes out, no matter if they're in Idaho, if they're in Arizona, if they're in Australia, if they're in Japan, no matter where they go. Every week he comes out, he gets big reactions. So the WWE sees that. He's selling high merch. You're buying his merch. You're reacting to him every week he comes out. So yes, they gave him that
They're gonna push
opportunity because based off how the crowd is reacting, the crowd is saying, hey, we want Jey in that spot. Give him an opportunity. So they gave it to him. Now the IWC is upset with that, though. The fans are the ones that made that happen. The WWE did not sit down and say, we're going to plot for Jey Uso for many years to become one of our biggest stars and one of the most over baby faces. That happened organically.
Yeah.
The fans are the ones that made that happen. Now, yes, the WWE does have their chosen ones. Like, yes, they sat down for many years and said, yes, Roman Reigns is going to be our next guy. He's up next, no matter who else is. Doesn't matter who shows up. It's going to be Roman Reigns, and it's going to be final. Like that's the decision, right? So they do have that, but there are certain people that get over organically that the fans literally tell you, hey, we want the superstar in that spot. And they give you those opportunities. And then once they get that opportunity, it's like, okay, I had the opportunity. Let's move on to somebody else. That's not how it works. Once you reach a certain level where like you're a submitted superstar, where like you're up here, you're going to be in those prominent spots.
Yep.
John Cena was winning world titles for years because he's John Cena. That's why he's in that spot. He's John Cena. Rhea Ripley's going to win world titles because she's Rhea Ripley. Bianca Belair's going to win world titles because she's Bianca Belair. You know what I mean? Roman Reigns is going to main event WrestleMania every year because he's Roman Reigns. You know what I mean? Like, once you reach a certain spot, they just don't take you from that spot and do other things with you. You know what I mean? Like they can always rotate you and do certain things here, but like once you become a major star though for the company, like they see who's selling the highest merch. They see how people are reacting to people, every single week. They understand the numbers certain people bring in, like that's why certain people are in prominent roles. You know what I mean? And one thing that drives me nuts, Mo mentioned before about how he hates when people bring up the Hogan allegations. One thing that I hate people bring up is the ratings allegations that people always bring up about, the ratings have dropped, so that means it's not good. The ratings have literally dropped since the Attitude Era died. Consistently, they've never been as high as the Attitude Era peak. When the Attitude Era was at its peak, the ratings were at an all-time high. They've never even come close to getting those type of ratings ever again. When Stone Cold and The Rock were at their peaks and Triple H and all those people, but this still doesn't mean the product isn't good just because the ratings aren't what they used to be. You know what I mean? Like I never understood those allegations, and we live in
it's some indication, but it's not the end all be all. It's not.
It's not the end all be all of everything. Like especially nowadays when you have streaming services and all types of stuff now in the world that we live in. You know what I mean? Like ratings aren't the end all be all like they used to be. So. Mm-hmm. If they survive during the PG era, you know what I'm saying? I think they'll be okay, no matter who the guy is.
There was a drop during 22-23, and everyone loves that era. There was a drop then.
Yeah, I mean, it's been
things like crack streams. Like niggas don't want to pay for cable, but at that time, niggas didn't want to pay for cable and all that. Like people just use other
social
platforms
media
to watch wrestling now. Social media.
I can't tell you how many. Yeah.
People be busy, bro.
I can't tell you how many times a day I hear, I can't afford I don't have cable. I can't afford cable, or I can't afford the streaming platform. So I just see everything through Instagram, and they are very quick on that too. You get I've seen them as soon as it happens, boom, it's up there on Instagram. So a solid 5 seconds after it happens, it's already on Instagram. That's crazy. So
there's some people who won't even watch the shows; they just watch other creators.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I started doing that at one point. Yeah.
They just watch other creators react to the shows. They don't even want to watch the show. They just want to see how creators react to it.
Yeah.
They don't even care about the show. I want to see how that person react to that show.
Yeah.
So I mean, it goes hand in hand. I feel like it's a mix of both.
Yeah. 100%.
All right, fellas. Let's see. Oh, there was a chat in here I wanted to get to real quick. I saved it.
All right.
To get to this one, what's your favorite Road to WrestleMania story? It's a great question.
12. But
actually,
specifically, the invasion, the WCW invasion part.
Oh, okay.
I love that part so much. Like the Triple H part of 12, the Sheamus part is good, but that invasion where it's like Big Show goes over and Cody Rhodes defects, Rey Mysterio defects, and then they have the whole thing at Starrcade with the big cage, and I love that. I love that story.
Obviously I love 11. 11's so good, but you can't hate 12. 12 I think has got to be locked in for me, because that was something that was brand new in the series of the transition. You just finished this story, and then now the transition to the Triple H thing, and we just finished the Sheamus story. Sheamus wins all the championships, and he's celebrating right there at WrestleMania, and then that's when Triple H comes back, attacks him, and then boom, transition hits. Welcome to the Triple H story. I'm like, that's dope. I love that. I'm like that pulls me in. So yeah, 12 has definitely got to be it.
SmackDown versus Raw 2010 was probably my favorite ones they've done consistently. I mean, 12 was really good. They've all been really good. I love the Jericho one in 09 with the masked person who did it. You know what I mean? It was the masked attacker. That was good.
Masked Man and an unlockable character too.
Triple H, the Triple H one in 2009 was good too. Picking between DX or Evolution. That was good. Did like that one. I like the brand supremacy one with Cena, Triple H, and Big Show in 2010. That was good. 2011, obviously they added the aspect where you can roam around backstage and do all that stuff. So that was fun to play as well as a kid at that time too in 2011. So I think they've all been pretty good. I liked them all equally. Every run of WrestleMania I genuinely liked. I've gone back and replayed all of them many times. There wasn't one that I felt was lackluster or I didn't like. I've enjoyed all of them. That's part of the reason why I felt they should always have bring it back. Like Road to WrestleMania is such a fun game to play. Like it's incredibly hard to mess that up. Like, it's just so hard to mess up. You could have a Road to WrestleMania with the Menace people, and if it's a fun story to play, it's still going to be a fun story for people to play at the end of the day. So,
sure, they gave us a women's rumble before we actually got one with Mickie James.
That was good. 2011 SmackDown vs. 2011 somehow made Jack Swagger into a main eventer. Road to WrestleMania. And that was they were fun to play.
We got a heel Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio was in that one too. Like the different aspects of crossing over different platforms, so they added different layers to it. But fellas, thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming through. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the podcast. We're on the road to 100 episodes. We'll be trying to do something big for that.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna keep y'all updated with that and see if we can make it work out the way I'm trying to hope. So make sure you guys subscribe to the platform once again. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episodes. Next week. So Bleacher Report just came out with the list of top 25 best WWE superstars of the last 25 years. So next week we're going to discuss our own top 25 best WWE superstars of the last 25 years. So we're talking from 2000 until now. And we're going to include the men and the women because their list was just the men, So we're going to do men and women because I feel like the women are obviously a big vocal point of the last 25 years as well. So we'll be discussing that. We can try. We'll try to see if we can place it.
That's going to get nasty, bro.
We can try to place it in order. At least the top 10. We got at least two of the top 10.
Yeah. For sure.
At least the top 10 for sure. So, and then we'll be doing. We're gonna also start doing some old pay-per-view recaps. We're gonna be doing a recap of Crown Jewel 2018, Survivor Series 2005, Armageddon 2008, and Starrcade 97. We're gonna be doing a recap of those shows. So there's gonna be other shows we're gonna do recaps of as well. So past and present, shows. We're also going to be doing recaps of the shows after they go off there, the pay-per-views once they end. So once Survivor Series is over with, we will be doing a recap of Survivor Series after that's over. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, man. Stay tuned for more episodes of the No Name Wrestling Podcast. Appreciate you guys for coming through. Johnny, thank you for taking the time last minute for being